No more bad government in Nigeria. Nigeria what? The only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Nigeria what? Yo! No more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. Nigeria what media? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. Nigeria what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Nigeria what? Voice for the voiceless. Nigeria watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Nigeria watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and we recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Nigeria watch you.
That is supposed to be in the park shouting, ring road, ring road, ring road, the Sapele road, the Sapele road. That way supposed to be for park, they load vehicle. Now he be governor of Edo State. Now, Edo people are ashamed of their executive governor. They can't even tell people that they have governor. They say they are governorless after collecting bribe to vote for a stark illiterate. Adam Soshomole, the master rigger, the chief rigger, is ashamed of his own rigging. Your rigging, they shame you, Abi. This is how you will continue bowing your head in shame and total disgrace. Oshomole doesn't believe in due process. If you not be wuru, if you not be cheating, if you not be rigging, count him out. Due process is not for him. He has phobia. He has phobia for anything honesty, sincerity. It's not for Oshomole. Let them go and write the result in secret. Secret things. Let us go and do secret. They don't know they carry last. They don't know they carry last. Now that they carry last since so. Una carry this last. Una carry am for head since. No wonder they were hiding the catastrophe from making it to public. No wonder they were hiding the tsunami from coming out to debate. No wonder they don't want people to see him. They say no, he's shy. It's a shy government. Don't like to expose himself. He like to do his thing. You know, he's a very, very quiet person. This is his pattern. It is his pattern, and his type, Now, that is what got all of us here. It is his own pattern. It is his style of not granting interview and not attending debates. Edo States, Edo people, see the man you people collected 500 naira with the 3 years of the lowest grade of Ankara. See the man here. To pronounce 600 and even a baby wait there for year 1 nursery school will pronounce the figure seamlessly like nothing happened. Now waiting Okpebholo the bite mouth. Oh yeah. Edo governor, the new governor, the INEC select. The INEC elect governor, select governor. Can you remind us again? Kindly tell us how much you say Edo State appropriation bill is again. Give him microphone, let us hear.
The Edo State 2025 appropriation bill of 605 billion 76 million 76. Let me take it again. 506 billion 605 billion. Sorry, 776 billion. Sorry, it's confusing me. Okay, Since
order in the house, please. Mr. Speaker must be held in silence, please.
605 billion and details of the budget proposal for your consideration and approval. Thank you for your kind consideration.
I know there. Consideration. We can hear you loud and clear. Osho Baba, are you proud of him? Now your product be this. Papa Riga of the nation. You are not happy. Why? No, you should be happy. You must be happy. Edo population is over 4 million. Inside 4 million people. This is your best. This is the best you can offer. Consolation. The thing is confusing me. Can I take it again? Please permit me to take it again. 600 and find me water. Let me drink water and calm down. The figure is too big to mention. Give me water. It's 300 and executive governor. Now the man where Edo people collects 400, some collected 250, some collected as low as 330 naira to vote for this man. It's the zone. BD Central have done. Ishan South have done. It is now Ishan West. It is Ishan West to produce a stack illiterate. It is the see your governor. We tell on us in 4 years we go use and do caricature. This is how we will be dragging him. People could then go they drag him. I get you when we have him now. You don't give people topic. See your governor. See the way everybody. Children go keep in record if they want to laugh. Sorom chia. Anybody that feel like the sadness where they in heart big. Let me just use this man and smile. They will put his video. We're hearing consolation. He do me like this. This one, please, can I take it? Can I put it on reversal? This one go sell Edo State. Oh. This one that doesn't know figure. He don't know the meaning of 500 million. He doesn't know the meaning of 1 million, 2 million. He will sell Edo State. He go carry all the Edo State money, give one China company. Because the moment he see one Oyibo man, maybe one of those beggars in China, or those beggars in their country, as they enter Nigeria, maybe find their way in Edo State. They say they want to invest. Call one figure for this one that he says is consideration. He will pack Edo State money and give the beggar, the China beggar. For in mind, they don't see Onyocha, don't see Oyibo. You see how they carry a man who doesn't know his left from his right to make an executive governor. And there's here, this is the person they gathered together. I accepted, even when INEC was rigging, they were very comfortable with the rigging. They say it is his turn. This is the turn of the zone. A square peg in a round hole, or Shomole know he is not capable. That was why he was granting interview on his behalf. This is the person that is going to be the governor. This is the person that is granting interview. What can you do for Edo State? See the person where they reply. How can you manage Edo resources? See the person giving response. Godfatherism. Godfatherism now waiting hold Nigeria hostage. Oshamala, you go now. You will have to be going from one place to another. You're going to defend them all. You will have to defend your rigging now. You there for Abuja. Maybe I hear that they give your son one thing, I think he rejected it, whatever. You will have to be following Okpebholo. The Agbere way supposed there for park, you go to follow him around. So that you can be able to be, you have to defend. You think it's easy to do defending job? Now that he's talking like this, you say, no, it's not what he mean. He mean it this way. You will not do interpreter. You will have to be an interpreter. You will have to be following Okpebholo around to be appear what he is saying to people. People like us who don't understand the meaning of, can I take it on reverse? You see, people, we had them. From waiting they talk, at least we can hold them with that. Now you said something. You say you will do this, you will do this. So that when the time reach, we go know where would they hold you. You carry somebody. Is it not the same way they also package the other one, our mother? They will not say anything. It is their surrogate that will be talking. They get somebody where they talk on their behalf. The person go they chip in. Once they want to talk, then go they chip in. Shh. No talk this one, leave him. Let me go talk. Hey, don't worry, leave him. You people should leave him. Oh, what this innocent person? He is just trying to say you go defend him. 4 years.
Election was an existential fight between men of good and men of evil, because their evil walks our day and stalks our nights. And luckily for us, the God of hosts decided to play the card of chance against the APC. What is happening? Many people think it's because our case is so good, our case is so good. That is a given, yes. From day one, our case has no, how will I put it, precedent in its procedural approach in election petitioning in Nigeria. That is the truth. Normally, what happens is you have the election is lost by a candidate, and he sues the person who they declared as first respondent, sues the party as second respondent, and then INEC becomes a conjoint party as third respondent. No, but this one is reverse osmosis. What has happened here is that INEC is the first respondent.
Wow.
INEC is the principal culprit. INEC is the one who, after this election, they should face criminal charges and treasonable charges because they have committed a coup by denying the people their free expression through a universal adult suffrage. That is the truth. They've kept us in perpetual servitude by changing our results, our open results. So this since Monday, I was sitting in court on this week. God bless him, the Munemune Joker exponent, my big political mentor, Senator Eige Uzame.
Okay.
I sat with him in court, and it can't be like say joy they do Jankorova for my belly. You know what you go, you know how it be now. You know, when you look at intelligent men who are respected in the very epicenter of the inner bar, you can't call the man better than Barrister Okpebholo, senior advocate of Nigeria. And the man got up in total despicable desperation, in total submission, and closed his case after just one witness. You have to understand how this thing works, you know, and because our people are being led in by the nose, I mean, the APC followers, you know, Bob Marley said you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all of the time.
Yes.
And I pray that the scales fall from their eyes. This is how it works. It's a very simple thing. We can explain it cleanly. In the election petition matrix, the petitioner is given 2 to 3 weeks to present his case. After presenting your case, even before that presentation, you send your petition in. Then each of the parties that are, no, there are 5 parties involved. 5. The tribunal.
Okay.
Is supposed to listen to the petition. That is one party. The second party is the petitioner, the person when the petition say, they thief my mandate. That is party 2. The next one is the first respondent, the second respondent, the third respondent. In this case, the first respondent is INEC. The person when is taking conduct exam and declare saying that this person pass. INEC. Then the person when gain from that pronouncement of INEC, now Okpebholo. So Okpebholo is a different party, is a different personality under the law in this case. And then the party when sponsor Okpebholo and who INEC declares say now them win is APC. So you now have the tribunal, the petitioner, Okpebholo, INEC. And now these 5, they have their separate role. The person when they decide the way the thing will take waka, now be the tribunal. Now you will write to the tribunal. Then each of the parties will respond to what you write. That petition when you write, so they go answer them 1, 2, 3, 4, point by point. So when you bring them, we get weaknesses. Say, see all our weaknesses. So you know when you go police station, they'll say write statement. Now we don't write all our statement. Them to INEC go write their statement. Then Okpebholo go write his statement. And APC go write their statement. Now let's fast forward. Sometime in January, I think it was the first Wednesday or the second Wednesday of January, 19 open. Say okay. Maybe I think it was the 20. Was it on the 20? No, I forgot it. I think it was on the 12th or 13th. Now we start this journey.
Yes.
We start. As we start, all the lions and tigers, they go court for Sapele Road, carry gun, they shoot, they do this, they do that. Some of them even they challenge DSS.
Yes.
Those people decide, these people, when they carry court, gun, enter court. If we can't declare saying that they are candidate lose,
yes,
we die there. Let's go to Abuja. Now they move and go Abuja. You see, Edo way aswagile. If there are men who are smart, they would have played within the ambient of the rules, and the thing would have still been in Benin. But since January 9, Aswa Igodao and Osadio and the PDP got an injunction to bring in the beavers. But if you carry that beavers from Kobai to Ring Road for Benin, to Kobai to Sapele Road, I'm very sure before that beavers reach cross Kobai River, there was Katara.
Yes.
See, man proposes, APC was proposing, but God was in his mercy disposing in our favor. So we went to Abuja, and at the end of the day, with 1,004 documentary evidence, along with 148 plus 5 beavers machines, which shows exactly what it is, a PDP ended their case. But the most important thing is the fear factor created by God on the 3rd of February, last Monday. The day Asweli Meigodao and Osadio and the PDP closed their case after full and proper exposition, including using the INEC ICT director as one of the major planks of our case to ascertain the veracity of the beavers as the primary point of uploading results and authenticating same. That has been established by law as fact in the court. We closed our case on the 3rd of February. But as God will have it, on that same 3rd of February, a court of competent jurisdiction sentenced men in Cross River State who have involved themselves in stealing and mandate and counseling, including a professor, to separate and different years, ranging from 3 to 6 years in prison. That same day was the day INEC was going to start their case. Now, as prescribed by law and the procedures of this court, of the tribunal and a court, it should not be ordinary court, because now when you go court, you'll see one judge, but when you come tribunal, you'll see 3. If you go appeal court, see 5. When you go Supreme Court, you'll see 7. So, not be small at all. So now, at this point now, we ended our case and APC was to start. For them, you must do what they call front loading. So all our 19 witnesses, we have already submitted before they appear, between 48 and 28 and 24 and 48 hours before they appear. We must tell the other parties, say, INEC, see our witnesses, APC, see our witnesses, Okpebholo. So that is how they also do. INEC submitted between 5 and 6 witnesses as the witnesses they were bringing since Monday, the 3rd of February. They asked for adjournment till February 5. On February 5, they said, no, people, they wrote that they come till February 6. On February 6, precisely Thursday, February 6, not one witness come. Not one extra documentary evidence. The only thing they submitted were the 3 papers that we had already submitted, which is their own from EC8, B, C, and D, which were actually forgeries. That is the right word to it. Because when you put waiting, not be the correct thing. Now forger. We move forward. Now, Okpebholo is not supposed to take over. Okpebholo's attorney is a barrister, his counsel, now pleaded for an extension till Monday the 10th. You know, I said the thing for now. I think it's to have about 2 weeks. So they not use it at 2 weeks. So they move back. God is on our side. Yes. They back the judgment day back by 10 days. Because they wasted 1 day, wasted 2 days, the 3rd day they withdraw. End of story. So the next party has another 2 weeks. Only for them to come on the 10th. I sat in the court. I was sitting there. The thing at full house. Everybody there. My big bros, Lawrence Oka did there. We did there. We joke. We clap. Jared did there. Odubu did there. The minister, that guy, did there. My guy, Felicia Ibu, did there. Me, I sit side by side with Senator Higeo Zame. For my front, Itano Zame did there. Destiny Nabulele sit down for my side. We were all sitting there. And their first witness come out. That first witness was a witness brought from Ovia Southwest. West. Unit 4. I don't go forget. Innocent. While we were in court, we had to quickly find out that guy. His name was Usman Majek. I don't go forget. Usman. Now they show him all the paper. The guy remembers, say last week, Monday, a week today, they just jail people when he lie. And they ask her. They tell us that night, that day, also they bring 6. Yes. I had confidence that day because we entered the court by 8:30. Many of us don't sit down, but the court is to start at 10. By exactly 1 minute past 10, then we hear court, the judges were called, court rise. I said, whoa. So introduction by 10 minutes past 10, war don't start. They only tell us so long, they only, they tell blind man say war the outside. Oh boy, by 30 minutes later, the court don't end. I don't go forget that lawyer name. He say Nena Oyeyipo, the PDP guy. He sit down with Kemozia like this. When he begin fire. Me when I tell say I know book, I do like this. You do like this, you don't bother. You don't bother. The last thing the guy said, while I was talking, I was looking at their bench, at the bar on their side. The APC side. Yeah, the body line, because the way they divide now 3 rows. APC did the first row, INEC did the second row, PDP did the third row. Yes. Yeah, now APC did the first row, INEC did the second row. Then people went full.
As far as I'm concerned, Monday Okpebholo has delivered on his promise. Monday Okpebholo was very vocal on national television when he promised Edo people insecurity. And faithfully, Edo State has, since he's been sworn in, been thrown into a tumultuous state where bedlam is let loose on our streets on a daily basis. The insecurity is so pervasive that you even have his own security network that he set up going out on an insurrection against government. The health sector going out on a strike against government's policy. Market women on a daily basis on our streets, blocking major highways against the horrendous policies being visited on them by the government in place. Drivers' unions on our streets going out on a daily basis protesting against the kind of oppression that the policy of the government has put in place. And even to collect government revenue, which is supposed to be a civilized automated process as left by Obaseki, we now have to hire an atalakba, which in Edo's translation means tiger, to enforce collection of revenue, because we are in a state where jungle justice is the only language we understand. So Okpebholo have delivered on his promise. The promise was, I will visit you with insecurity. And that is why he thinks that the Teboga road that Obaseki constructed, which Okpebholo quickly ran there after he was sworn in to try and lay ownership to, that he's the one constructing it. And that is why he thinks that all the other projects like the Technical School Road, which is known to all, that Obaseki started and was constructing both the road on Ajoni Street, is attributing it to Okpebholo. I am looking for, and the reason why I'm not surprised not to see, is because if you plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you don't have a structured manifesto and a structured action plan for a state, how are you going to be able to carry out projects? You don't have a plan guiding you. So what we hear is every analyst who is going to talk about Okpebholo has his own manifesto and what he thinks Okpebholo says he's going to do. If you bring another analyst here and he has a different agenda, and that's why the state cannot say we are holding you responsible to this. The only one he promised he has fulfilled, which is violence. So the governor has no direction. He has broken down all institutions of technology that he met. We delivered to Okpebholo a 3-tier data center that has 1.5 terabytes in Government House. We delivered to him e-governance, automated and operated by technology. We delivered to him 3,000 kilometers fiber optics. We delivered to him cyber security on all Edo State data. All of those technological structure that he met on ground and IT structure that he met on ground, they are not operating them today. Now, he's talking about schools. Where have he found money to repair so many schools, as you are saying? New Era was started to be repaired by Oshomole, who built halls and left classrooms. When Obaseki came, Obaseki said you cannot just build halls because you use it for activities of making money and you have left classrooms. Obaseki started to revamp New Era. I'm surprised that he's attributed that to Okpebholo. So the point is, the man has nothing. He came with a vendetta to attack all Obaseki's projects. He came with a whim to rule from, offhand, from the whim and caprice of his mind. And so what we have today is a depiction of the kind of cognitive retardedness that is governing our state. That's what our state has become. Night has been thrown back into darkness. Everywhere is dark now in the city. He cannot sustain the street light he met, because the ingenuity with which to fund power supply for those street lights is absent. Okay, we find a governor who comes out with different letters and different signatures. And both signatures read underneath HE, the governor of Edo State. And the two signatures are different. So how can a man who cannot even sign signature properly, whose signature is irregular, deliver on anything?
All right, thank you.
What we have is a state of anomy. That's what we have in Edo State right now. But you cannot use flyover as an indices of progress. It is retarded economics. Progress of the economy is what increases and improves upon the lives of the people by way of improving the GDP, standard of life, you've articulated the peace and welfare of the people. So if you want to build flyover, that's fine. I can decide to construct roads. In fact, that reminds me, the road, the Teboga he's saying, the Marshall Plan of Obaseki was to link Teboga to Uwelu. So Edo State is the most connected state in the entire West Africa. And if I were to tie the roads in Benin City, I won't need a flyover. But if you want to provide a flyover, by all means do so. But don't put a flyover there as if it is one-stop gap for all of the other projects that you ought to do as a government. Well, Andrew said we should not come here to deceive the people. Yeah, I agree with that. But you see, even if you don't mean to deceive the people, as I think you don't mean to deceive the people, Andrew, if you don't have full information, you can still deceive the people. The term, this road belongs to the federal government, did not start in Edo State. If you are a child of history, it was the present president, Bola Tinubu, who put it out in Lagos State when he was suffering, the same suffering that he has visited on Obaseki. Because he wanted to create local government areas in Lagos State and Obasanjo was opposed to it, Obasanjo abandoned Lagos State. And Lagosians were criticizing Tinubu for not creating those roads that went to Sangwata. And so Tinubu put the signboard there. This is not a state government road, it's federal government road. Ekpe. So as to educate the people. Now what they are doing is reversing that. When Obaseki was there, you saw the letters. Obaseki had applied to repair this road. They replied him, the Minister of Work replied him, that is a federal government road and gave conditions that no human being can meet on this earth. For him, it was in the news, in public space. And now Obaseki came out and cried. And they left that road in disrepair until they appointed the governor for Edo State. And now as a political score point, because the reason why Okpebholo was appointed for Edo State was because of 2027. As a political score point for 2027, they are fixing the road and then you are taking credit for it. Are you going to encourage that kind of governance where the state will use its power to muzzle opposition government because they want to give credit to their own appointed governors? So if you talk about lying to the people, that's a very structured lie. The fact is that the federal government that is repairing the road now was there during Obaseki. Why didn't they do it? When it became a hue and cry, why didn't they intervene at that time? They left it to score cheap political points. That's not good governance. I'll tell you something. What people didn't know was that during Oshomole, you had that arrangement with the federal government. It was not only Oshomole. Many state governments embarked, which Obi did and so on and so forth, and then you were reimbursed. That government of Buhari, which is the APC government, made it very clear, and that's part of the condition. You are not going to get any reimbursement if you spend your money. And then they gave all the conditions. And then when he applied the second time, they told him it's federal government road, the road had been awarded. And it remained awarded for about 2 or 3 years before Obaseki left there. All of these things are in public domain. So he couldn't go against the law. He was not going to be reimbursed. When you say
first day, 100 days of any administration serves as the foundation for the developmental strides expected from such government. In Edo State, Governor Okpebholo has been seen, according to the members of his party and supporters, they say the governor has been seen taking decisive steps in different areas of the state's development, but opposition party begs to differ. Now, joining me to discuss this is the Secretary to Edo State Government, Umaru Musa Ihilo. He joins me live from Abuja studio. Good to have you join us, Mr. Ihilo.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, so let's begin with what would you say, or how would you say the governor's administration has gone so far 100 days, some people will say, for some people it's too short to assess anything, but for others, there is a popular proverb in Africa that a masquerade that would dance well begins from the first step. So how would you say the governor has done so far?
Thank you very much. I will take it from your reference of that African proverb to also mention that sometimes it is from Wednesday that you know how the weekend is going to be. So yes, 100 days may be too short to do a lot of assessment, but it's very indicative of the seriousness of any government and its intentionality for developmental projects and agenda to benefit the people. And I believe that within this first 100 days, Senator Monday Okpebholo, the executive governor of Edo State, has demonstrated very convincingly to Edo people and those outside Edo people that he means business, he means development, and he has done a lot, you know, unimaginable. Some of these issues that couldn't be achieved in 2 years by the former administration, through 3 years, he was able to achieve within these first 100 days. And we are going to be talking about some of them later on. So this is just a benchmark for assessing his developmental stride. And we have a roadmap to carrying out all our agenda. We have an agenda and we have a roadmap to measure ourselves, you know, against some of these benchmarks. One of them is this first 100 days, and then there is going to be the first year in office. After that, there will be the 2 years before the pre-election year. So we already have this roadmap marked out very clearly, and we are following it very meticulously.
From what I hear from you, because I know that the formative days of the scrutiny, of the formative days of any administration is usually the fiercest, but you think that the governor has been able to set in motion his vision and some of the campaign promises he made to effect change in Edo State?
Yes, I mean, it was very clear. Like I said, we have an agenda. There are 5 points agenda, and we have what we call the Project Shine, which summarizes our slogan, "A New Edo Has Risen." That Project Shine is S-H-I-N-E, Shine, which of course represents Edo shining. The S is for security, the H is for health, the I there is for infrastructural development, the N is for natural resources and agriculture, and then the E, of course, is for education, for empowerment and human capacity development. So if you look at each of these areas, we have done more than enough, I mean, within this first 100 days. If you take the first one, security, the governor demonstrated his willingness and ability to restore order and public safety, you know, within the state. When we just came in, there was a lot of court rivalries, court killings, and within the first few weeks, he adopted certain strategies, both kinetic and non-kinetic, that restored order in the city of Benin and stopped the court killing that was going on in the city. And by the time the Christmas came, everywhere was very calm, everywhere was peaceful, which was quite unusual. And a lot of people testified that this last December happened to be one of the most peaceful and secured Christmas ever celebrated in Benin City. We have a lot of testimonies on this. So this is part of what we are doing with security. He purchased and procured a lot of brand new Hilux vehicles to confront criminal gangs and chase them and smoke them out of their hiding places. Before now, the past administration used to provide rickety Toyota Siennas, fairly used ones, but the governor decided that our security agencies need equipment, and so he procured over 75 brand new Toyota Hilux that he is giving to all the security agencies, the police, the army, the DSS, and other security agencies, including the Edo State Security Corps, which the governor overhauled, revalidated, and then
political climate in Edo State is heating up as Governor Monday Okpebholo faces mounting allegations challenging the legitimacy of his administration. The September 21st, 2024 governorship elections, which brought him to power, is under intense scrutiny. The People's Democratic Party contends that the election was marred by irregularities, including overvoting and assets that the All Progressive Congress is struggling to defend results in court. Conversely, the APC maintains that the election was free and fair, dismissing the PDP's claims as unfounded.
And now to delve deeper into this controversy, we have with us Chris Nehi-Keri. He is the Publicity Secretary of the PDP in Edo State. I would also want to inform you that we were supposed to have the Publicity Secretary for the APC in Edo State, and that's Mr. Lawrence Oka, but unfortunately, we've not been able to get a hold of him, but it looks like he may not be joining us during this course of this conversation. But
if you see the PDP was actually very prepared for the election, you can see the PDP won that election with the lawful votes. And now what has happened is that INEC became an accomplice in the House. They deliberately falsified results. They deliberately refused to fill in certain forms that are supposed to be filled in while the election is about to take place. They deliberately changed results for the beneficiary of the APC candidates. And these are the things we have proven in court with documents, even from the same INEC. We've got documents.
To Edo State, where in a couple of days, Governor Monday Okpebholo will be marking his first 100 days in office. Okpebholo was sworn in on November 12, 2024 for a constitutionally guaranteed tenure of 4 years. In a little more than 3 months in office, how has he managed to focus on governance issues in the state amid the current challenge by the opposition People's Democratic Party to his victory at the Election Petitions Tribunal? So has the governor fared? Well, let's cross live to Benin City, the capital of Edo State, to have a chat on the governor's scorecard with his legal advisor, Andrew Mwanta. Thank you so much, Andrew, for joining us.
Yeah, good evening, Sambo. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Now, let's start with, first of all, the governor's decision to actually suspend his attorney general and the local government directorate official. What exactly actually led to that? And isn't that sending some mixed signals, actually?
Yeah, thank you, Sambo. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. If I will respond to your question, I must also quickly put out a rider that there's a panel currently investigating the allegations leveled, and it will not be fair to prejudge that matter. But just to say that the Okpebholo administration has zero tolerance for any form of malfeasance. And these are allegations that, of course, the committee, the panel setup, will determine its merit or otherwise. But if you ask me, I think the governor has started very well. And because he has a mandate to develop our state, he wants to do that, just like Caesar's wife, on the basis of that trust. That is to say, he would not allow a system whereby public officials does not live above boards. I served in Obaseki's government. The level of malfeasance that took place is such that, even as a member of the Assets Verification Committee, I was so shocked to see a whole lot of things that happen in government. And just lately, we submitted the local government probe panel report. I can tell you for free that Argon was used as a cesspot for all forms of money laundering. Do you know that party leaders shared council funds with reckless abandon? There's a particular leader in Umuode local government, Dixon Masoge, he got 40 million. I mean, that 40 million would have rehabilitated 3 primary healthcare centers. The chairman of Argon used his hotel, the Marriott Hotel, to move over 1.07 billion naira, just a single individual. I mean, those levels of financial malfeasance we saw in the previous administration, this present administration has zero tolerance for that.
Well, if I may add, that's just an allegation. we don't have those facts. You have said that, and we just hope that you have your facts. But talk to us about what Governor
I said the pro-panel report.
Yeah, I mean, talk to us about what Governor Okpebholo has been doing, especially within the grassroots, in this near 100 days in office, because we've also seen the opposition kicking him very, very hard, especially on some of these local issues concerning the local government, which you raised. But talk to us generally. We've also heard that he's asked for teachers, arrears, and other things to be paid. I mean, what exactly stands him out in this 100 days in office?
He came with a promise, and that promise is anchored on the campaign manifesto, A New Edo is Rising, a 5-point agenda. And if you ask me, it has been 100 days of unending road construction. Remember that before he even became governor, he made a promise concerning the Benin-Aochi road, particularly the Ekpoma sector. And as I can tell you authoritatively, that road has been fixed to a point where you can move fully on that road. Before now, that road was a complete death trap. Obaseki even came out to say he was helpless. And he came to put about 5 billboards on that road saying that this is a federal road. But what seemed to be a federal road, the present administration has been able to fix it. Between Obadan and the Irekmen axis, the state government is working on that sector of the federal road. And from Irekmen down to Ewu, I can tell Nigerians for free that that road is not pliable. And we have one man to thank, the present governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo.
On this particular one, my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I appreciate you all. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy. I appreciate you for all that you do. Good evening to you. Happy Sunday to you too. I appreciate every one of you right there. Thank you for your time with us. Help us to press on the like button, help us to share. Today's Sunday, 16th February 2025. Yes, we are talking about the 100 days in office for Monday Okpebholo. I want to know what this man don't do for office. But this particular one that my brother, my friend is talking about now, Adaze Evanta, I can testify to it that we were part of the people, Nigeria Watch Media were part of the people that called Obaseki out at that particular time on this road that Obaseki called a federal road. We called him out 3 times. That this road is buying people and causing a lot of accidents in Edo State. Obaseki refused to do that road that time. He came out, he promised, that he will go to Abuja on our sake to go talk to Buhari at that particular time, saying go do him. Obaseki not do him. So if they say Okpebholo don't do him, and the only thing I cannot testify, for Okpebholo don't do him, I'm not sure, can never go there. But I can testify, say this road, Obaseki refused at that time to do him. We will continue, my people. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. I don't get my first super chat of today. Thank you very much, Peter Ife. God bless you. Your pocket never run dry. I'm very, very grateful for this.
This is a man that believes in practical governance. And as I was saying earlier, it is on ending 100 days of massive road construction, on ending 100 days of school rehabilitation, because what we call primary and secondary school buildings in Edo State was nothing more than, poultry, or places where you keep dogs. The state of schools we saw when the governor came in was such that you cannot send a child to a place without roof, a classroom without doors. Some of these buildings were falling. And that was what Obaseki said he did in the name of Edo Best. And I can tell you too that the $75 million he got from the World Bank, only $5 million of that money was committed to that program, and part of that money was looted.
Yeah, but
we have a debt profile of over 600 billion, which this governor is contending with, but that is not preventing him from road construction. Even for the first time, we are now having a flyover in Benin City.
Yeah, but you were initially part of
our primary care.
You were initially part of that Governor Obaseki's government that you actually taking so much pains to actually hit.
All right, my brother, my friend Adaze Evanta, you talking about flyover. We are trying to know what the governor have done in 100 days in office. So mentioning the flyover shouldn't be there at all. Because that flyover, there is every possibility that there's no way the governor will even complete it in 8 years in office. I'm telling you. You can hold my word to these guys. There's no way, I'm not sure, because the sluggishness already is obvious that these people just put that there to calm the people down, but there's every possibility if this man spent 8 years in office, that flyover, they're not going to complete them. So they shouldn't mention flyover at all. Let's talk about the completed achievement in 100 days in office. Thank you.
At the moment, when you say no primary school, you know, it was good enough to be able to put your kids there. I mean, isn't that a personal indictment on you and some other officials who served under that government before moving to the APC?
Sabo, you know, I can sit here because I left that government on a note of disappointment. On the eve of when the governor, you know, dissolved his ESCO, a particular bill was brought before the State Tenders Board where I was a member. 1.7 billion naira was proposed for a software license that would not last for more than a year. And my query was that we had bad roads, we had bad schools, just the way I'm still saying it now. What was this government's plan Obaseki's government plan to do this? There was another 700 million for another software that would not last for more than 1 year. And I said, no, that the government has to explain to me why we should approve this. The matter came up in ESCO. And of course, at that time, Shaibu was the deputy governor. And the question was, you were running the Oil and Gas Commission without a board, and billions of naira was being spent in a particular local government. That was what made the governor to dissolve his ESCO. Because at that time, because we told him the truth, right, he saw some of us as rebels. And that was why I walked away from the party, the PDP, and left his government. But my joy is that we now have a governor that has given a human face to governance. The line was buried by Obaseki. Just recently, the governor bought over 100 buses. So Nigerians will now see that legacy Ogbomudia gave us back on our roads. Edo was known for one thing, for excellence. Look at the stadium. The stadium was in a complete mess. They had to clean up that place because he pushed aside his deputy governor who had revived the insurance. So this is one governor that will not lament. And I can assure you that by the time we celebrate the first 100 days of the Okpebholo administration on Wednesday, we are going to reel out all his achievements across all sectors. And on this five-point agenda, he has delivered on those 5-point agenda. And just for people to say that courtism was a major problem in our state, there's a legislation that the governor has signed that has given very high penalty to secret court activities in our state. That is to say, if you house a courtesan in Benin City or anywhere in Edo State, you have to be demolished. First of its kind in Nigeria.
I'm afraid I just
have a government that will not allow people.
I'm afraid I just have to cut in at the moment because of time.
Sanaigbe is the Regional Advocacy Officer and ECOWAS Liaison Lead for West Africa Democracy Solidarity Network. He joins us for more discussion on how to strengthen the electoral process. Thank you so much, Austin, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Perhaps a good place to start from is the assessment of our electoral process, not just 2023, but if you look at the electoral acts of 2022, introducing beavers, you have IREV portal and all of that. How well do you think we have come in terms of development and innovation around our electoral process? Let's start from there.
So maybe to quickly just address that a bit. The electoral act did not specify beavers.
Okay.
Neither did it specify the IREV. It's an INEC improved measure. INEC started those innovations far back in 2018 or before then, when it started to collate results off the circle. What I mean is that at the time we were using the smart card reader, INEC had what they call the ZPad. The ZPad at that time was to snap result sheet at the ward level and then upload that result. Only INEC official at that time will see those information on their side. It was in public. Gradually, because of the abuse of Form 60E, and what's Form 60E? Form 60E is a kind of accountability board. After an election is held at the polling unit, the INEC presiding officer was expected to fill out the result, the same result on the Form EC8A, that is the result sheet, fill up the same thing on a board, on a postal-like sheet that is pasted at the polling unit. The idea was for people to go there and then see the result after the conclusion of the whole exercise. But soon we discovered that the moment those posters are pasted, folks who lose or won election go ahead to pull them down so that other people don't get to get that result. So INEC transmitted from 60E online. And that is what we now have the result viewing portal, so that you cannot pull it down. But again, we're surprised that it was pulled down in 2023 election. So the challenge, we are in a client society, you're supposed to have laws, not necessarily depicting every sentence in an act. That's where we need to go, and that's why I agree now that there must be a need, because at the time where the convention was on about
Overwhelming gratitude greets the governor of Edo State, Monday Okpebholo, and his team, comprising among others the Commissioner for Education and the chairperson of the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, as they arrived to assess the progress of construction work at Eweka Primary School, Obazagbo, in Oedo local government area of the state.
What you did to us, God will reward you. Our God will reward you. Everybody God will reward you.
The school had been in a deplorable condition just weeks ago when the governor first visited.
By Friday next week, I want to come here again to see that work is going on.
In addition to the blocks of classrooms renovated and constructed, the transformation provides the...
No, my people, more go back. Because I need to talk for this matter. We are part of the people that were complaining, recording different kind of school during the time of Obaseki in power. I know that some of them know they like us won't go back like this. Just look at this, guys. Just look at this. Regardless of what. Just look at Obaseki come off for office for a whole 8 years. You not build one school. Only one school you not build. I mean, one school. This man not build. Nigeria was the only platform that was calling him out continuously over so many dilapidated schools at that time. Some of you can remember. Just look at this. Just look at these schools. Look at this. You come up for office living this like this. Now, Governor Okpebholo now they say don't do one. Mona wash it. Chai.
Friday next week, I want to come here again to see that work is going on.
In addition to the blocks of classrooms renovated and constructed, the transformation provides the school access to basic amenities, including portable water.
The furnishing is ready to be placed in classrooms. So for 100 days, I think is promise kept.
The inspection exercise takes the governor to 3 other schools, all within the Benin metropolis, where work to upgrade them is in progress. As they proceed with the inspection,
to be honest, on this one, I know they like when they talk true for this platform, I know they like them. This one when me see so 100 days, yes, is not enough, but the governor try. Let's be honest to ourselves. And when they carry the hate anyhow. This same school, we complained about it. Obaseki not do one. He not do one. They don't listen to us. Some of una wait they here. Una say we never reach to talk to governor. Say governor better pass us. I don't even know. This video I carry can't give una, so I never watch them. I the same time I read the watch and so. I'm shocked.
The governor notes the progress of the development as well as the quality of items within the classrooms.
It's very durable. Very durable.
Governor Okpebholo says he's committed to delivering impactful projects across all 3 senatorial districts.
This is not my power. This is the power of Mr. President, because he has mandated us to do this for our people. So by the grace of God, by the time we are 1 year in the office, 2 years in the office, a lot of transformation would have been done. To me, this is a thing of joy coming to a school where we came last time. Everywhere was toilet, bush. Today, it's a place people can habit.
The state government emphasizes that its transformation plans extend far beyond the construction of modern physical infrastructure. It asserts that the quality of teaching and learning will be unparalleled thanks to the exceptional caliber of teachers it intends to ensure serve in all its schools, including the technical colleges.
We went around the 3 technical colleges. We did a need assessment, and we found out that there are lacunas in terms of the teachers in those schools. So we gave him the reports and immediately granted the approval for the 100 teachers across the 3 technical schools. Right now, we are reviewing the syllabus because he said he doesn't want the normal thing that has been obtainable.
Besides the school inspection, the governor also took a tour of roads under construction around Stembuga Road in Iwagba, Okpebholo, Benin City, where gully erosion had been a major challenge to residents for decades. Jessica Olubuse, Channels Television News.
The administration of Governor Monday Okpebholo will be 100 days in office. However, political watchers have been appraising his policies since assumption of office as Edo State Governor. Christopher Jekiri, a former aide to former Edo State Governor, says the first 100 days in office has not been beneficial to Edo people as it witnessed uncoordinated governance.
The insecurity is so pervasive that you even have his own security network that he set up going out on an insurrection against government. Drivers' unions on our streets protesting against the kind of oppression that the policy of the government has put in place.
Political analyst Andrew Mosefe says Governor Monday Okpebholo has been able to design a template that has brought back physical governance with some people-oriented projects he has embarked upon.
I want to commend the efforts of Edo State government for starting very well. Is it education? Is it even the health sector? Is it infrastructural development? I think you can see that, the guy has started very well.
The human rights activist Roy Oribabo says Governor Okpebholo needs to sit up as there is no sign of productive governance in the state for the time being.
If it's not doing well, you should have the courage to say it's not doing well. These first 90 days, there is nothing to show that we have government.
Listeners on radio and viewers on television also contributed through phone calls.
And we are seeing what the present governor is doing. He's doing good. People are praying for him.
Politics Today is a news and current affairs program at same time on ITV and radio every Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. Efosa Wangwe, ITV.
All right, my people, my work now to bring and come give on as with the CM. But meanwhile, I'd like us to continue. Thank you very much for your time with us, my people. Okpebholo people, so wait till they give
Akbako, my father.
Very handsome.
My father.
Very handsome.
My papa die, can't leave me to you.
Sir. The brand new governor. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome.
No matter.
That's the NAS president.
NAS president.
This man.
Which one? Yes, I'm there.
last 8 years, it was turbulence and war. Now, this is peace, and we're beginning to experience development. Yes.
No matter.
Anyway, let's move on. But meanwhile, currently we don't have lights in Lagos or anywhere in anywhere in Nigeria. We don't know what is happening. Let's listen to Isaac Fayose here.
Nigeria has gone from good to worse. Worse. From good, from 70, they moved to 25. No light anywhere. Even we, the band Hayes, are suffering. Leave all of us for one band. That band na cheating because you only give me 10 hours now in band Hay. That is fraud. This is not right. Gone are the days that we dey see ice block. Now na hot water we dey drink. Ice block now na commodity. For your water to be very cold na wahala. All the things where they freezer they spoil. People are going through a lot. Our light situation in Nigeria has gone from 70% to 20%. Good to worse. Do the light, you now promise us light.
Whichever way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity. And you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I can't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me. That's the truth.
If we reduce the purchasing power of the people, we can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax net. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Okpebholo Tinubu, let the nets get bigger and we'll take in more taxes. And that is what we must do in the
Touchdown, also game me. If I leave, you know that I'm no good nothing. But you could look like a million pounds. I can trust someone. How can you not even that trust? Back in the solo back in the general solo back in the first time we dey use lap that face. You know my style in a photo car, and I no go lie, I dey follow small. When you talk, say I no show love. Do I look like I give a fuck? Do I look like I give a fuck? Do I look like I give a fuck? I don't give a shot of my toes. Do I look like I give a fuck?
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault.
Yeah, I'm supporting Tinubu 100%.
You're supporting Tinubu?
100% to deal with Nigerians. There is nothing under the sun that I have not seen before this election. Nigerians decided to take Indomie, 200 naira, and voted for rocks across the country. So the BBC, Voice of America, they had requested to interview me, TRT. I said no. All the things I needed to say, I said them before the election.
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault.
This is the consequence of the vote you voted. And it's too early to cry now because actually the real problem hasn't come. This is the consequence of the vote you voted. And it's too early to cry now because actually the real problem hasn't come.
An empty streets, empty tank, no hold up inside town. Shake your banza, naira no even reach dollar. Way yo, home ga home. Stomach getting olsa. Gaskiya this boy she go far. So we say for little prayer. May God help us fit to vibe well. Cause this subsidy, she dey show us boy shaggy. Banza. An empty street, empty time, the whole of inside town. You are home, chickens now getting ulcer. Away yo.
Not a small team, my people. I appreciate you all. But meanwhile, Very Dark Man don't respond to what happened yesterday for TVC, and he called out TVC and Tinubu. He called every one of them out. Before we take that, let's listen to what Jonathan have to say here quickly.
The level of interference by the Obama's government was very overwhelming. It's not as if I couldn't have won the election even with that. But if, by my own thinking, and also the way some other people look at it, they go outside the normal diplomatic relationship, then it should be mentioned. Sending that person to Nigeria at the eve of election, after Obama even issued a statement directing Nigerians to vote for the next chapter, that tells you something. And we should not sweep these things under the carpet. If a foreign country, or the African country, or even America or any other country interferes with our own elections, we should mention it. Immediately the Chibok issue came up, we expect Nigerians to be concerned. How do we get these girls out? Within a couple of days, we saw people going to the US would bring back our girls' placards. How? Why? And of course, the Mrs. Obama received one of those placards. I cannot take responsibility for the abduction. I don't control Boko Haram. They are criminals. But as a president, of course, it's not the president that go to the field. You have security and intelligence officers that do the work. Let me admit that, yes, maybe they do their best, but their best was not good enough for us to recover the girls. That does not mean that I'm trying to remove myself from any blame. Yes, I may not be blamed for the action, but I could be blamed that my security and intelligence systems were not strong enough to be able to rescue the girls.
All right. Nigeria, Jesus. But meanwhile, let's listen to Very Dark Man.
All right, so first of all, happy Sunday to you guys. Second of all, please, guys, start TVC News on this post. Please start TVC News on this post because I want to go and defend myself over some allegation that one of their guests made on their TV station recently. So yesterday, a guest was invited to TVC News
where the person made some allegations about me. One of the allegations is that I took 20 million from my NGO account and I used it for something else, therefore accusing me of fraud. Another allegation was that I am into men. And all these things were said without evidence. So TVC News, since there was no evidence and some people already believe, I want to come and defend myself on your TV station. Please send me an invitation. So guys, tag them to send me an invitation. Now, after defending myself, I would like to also talk about some things, because I heard that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the owner of TVC. So I would like to come on the TV station. After defending myself, I would like to talk about these things, which is really important for us Nigerians. You know, it's really important. Number one, I'll start with the first one before I list the others. The first one is that there's a revelation made by one politician in the US. And this revelation is very, very scary. That the US aid was funding Boko Haram and sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. They have claimed the life of a lot of people. So APC government need to come out and tell us if this revelation was true, if this revelation is true or not, because it's scary and crazy. It's really scary and crazy. So they have been using us to play politics. So all those talk of, say, Boko Haram, na Islam motivated, na Muslims, they do am, na this one, where they talk, they say no to Western education, now why did they pie people? You understand? Now they are saying that it was politically motivated. And I'm also hearing that it was motivated to push Goodluck Ebele Jonathan out of office. That's number one. Now, number two, there are some loans that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu have collected, and I don't know where all these loans have gone to, right? Now, let's start with this one. It says 600,000 students have received loans worth 104 billion federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government. So, these 600,000 students, who are they? We need to see their names. You see, recently, Davido share money for orphanage. He lists the names of the orphanage. They even put them all over the news. So, we want to see these 600,000 students. Do you understand? And want to ask questions. Did they really get it? Or now una go fabricate the story so that una go use and chop money. So I want to ask Tinubu, since I didn't get the station, maybe he will answer. So please. Secondly, Nigeria has secured $1.1 billion AFDB loan to provide electricity for 5 million people by 2026. President Tinubu. So here's the question, President Tinubu. So you want to use $1.1 billion for lights for 5 million people, and we get over 300 million people for Nigeria. If you decide to buy Meccano for all of them, Meccano Gen where go they run 24 hours, they supply them petrol for diesel for 1 year, it's still no chop $1.1 billion. So we want to see his plan. We want to see the blueprints, the blue plan. And where these 5 million people go there. I be this one again, another scam. Now, during that fuel crisis time, there's this $2 billion that they said they went to go and collect for NNPC. But up to now, this fuel matter will still never get unbalanced. So this 2 billion, how they really take spend down, we really want to know. And this one of Nigeria reportedly set to secure another $500 million one-back loan for basic education. Our basic education is still failing. I never see one place where they say government starts with. So what's really going on? You know, what's really going on? And now this basic education make me even start NGO before. Basic education and boreholes and some places where no get water. So again, to sum it up, I don't see any reason why they are collecting this loan when these same people claim that they stop fuel subsidy because they are spending billions of dollars. So all those billions of dollars we want to make since we want to don't stop fuel subsidy, which you want to use them do? Which you want to use them do? So please, TVC News, if you don't invite me, you understand? It only means that TVC News is not a news station. It's a Tinubu station. If what they are saying is true, that it's Tinubu that owns it, it only means that they are only there for propaganda and narrative, and they can never talk about the ills that the APC government and Tinubu government is doing. So TVC News needs to invite VeryDarkMan so that I can defend myself against the allegation and I can talk about these whole things that I've listed, because it is important for us Nigerians to know where all this money is going to. And so all those Nigerians who care about my NGO, we should also care about the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government and all this money that they are spending, you know. Yes, we need to know. And they don't buy cars for senators, 120 million. You know, a lot of crazy things have happened in this regime in just in less than 1 year, be 2 years. No. We need to know. We need, who they know, can they come? We need to know. So please, TVC, like I said, if you don't invite me to TVC News, it means that you are not credible. That TV station is nonsense, and it is for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and to push his narrative and propaganda, and it's for APC. So thank you very much, guys. Please tag TVC News so that I can be invited. Me and my crew, they come. Peace and love. Don't play. If you don't play, you go and learn, and you will learn the hard way.
All right, on this particular video now, I like the fact that a lot of Nigerians have shared this particular video. You know, but what VeryDarkMan is trying to do here now, it's not between VeryDarkMan versus Tinubu. That's what he's doing now. If not J, make it be J, not they happen. It's not between VeryDarkMan versus Tinubu, now they happen. So for them to grant a platform, you know, for that guy called D1, may call it talk about rubbish for their platform. For me, I felt talking yesterday that it was really, really belittling. Yes. But nevertheless, what do I know? That's all I have for you guys today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I'd like us to start talking right now. Thank you so much for every one of you that just joined us right now. Please help us to press on the like button, help us to press on the dollar sign, encourage our work here. God bless you all. I have Mr. Alex on the phone. Mr. Alex, thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, my brother. Please talk to us. 3 minutes.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please talk to us. 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. I was at the backstage just now. I could not enter.
I saw you there, yeah.
I'm still here to use this new computer I was gifted. Anyways, Mr. Evans, what really caught my attention is when VeryDarkMan was measuring the monies borrowed. Obviously, politics in Nigeria is run for office, come and borrow money, you know, and don't give account of this money. That is the point right now. It's what they do. Senators will do the same thing because we have a senator representing the Labour Party in Edo State. We don't know what that one is doing. We have a rep member who is also from the Labour Party. We don't know what that one is doing. So it's the same thing Tinubu is doing. Everybody just collects money. When people talk too much, she just flash one project that may not even be completed. So there is no country. There is no country. This is where you see the leaking, you see the massive allegations of vote buying, you see the court cases. Nigeria is the only country where apart from Jonathan, where people lose election, they cannot say congratulations to their opposition. So I think VeryDarkMan is right. Billions and billions of money borrowed. These are things we'll be saying on this platform. If I make talk that one now, people will say make I bring evidence, make I bring proof. So VDA brought it now. Those things are all online. They're all on all those banks, all those African Development Bank, World Bank. If you go to their website, check countries who are taking loans. You will see loans that our country has taken. Some states have even taken loans through the federal government. There is no accountability. Everybody is just after looting money. Now they are borrowing money to fix electricity. The same thing Buhari did. Buhari also made a deal with CMS about $2 billion. Nothing happened. Those monies are just going like that. This is why people will come and tell you to shut up when you criticize the government. As if they are the only ones who are Nigerians or who are from that state. It's a shame. It's a shame these guys keep using us, dividing us, using our name to borrow money from international banks without any accountability. When you finish supporting the party or their movement, they bring their children to become commissioners. They bring their children who are 29 years, 31 years old, 35 years old to run for House of Assembly. They bring their children, and we should be ashamed of ourselves. During election, we work for them, we praise them, we promote them directly or indirectly. But when it's time to do the real work for the people, they go and bring their daughters and their sons. Some of them are commissioners for heads, some are in House of Assembly, people that don't even have party cards before elections. So they are using us in service. It's a shame. It's a shame. And today we are from this party. All the parties are the same. No one is left out. Afghan, Labour, PDP, APC, they're all the same. So Tinubu now that was very rich, according to his supporters, the one said they didn't need our money as a nation. We don't need Nigerian money. These were his words. We are already rich. We have private jets. What is going on? Why can't they be? Why can't they really develop this country? Where are they going to with all this money? With all this money, where are they going to? Where is Abacha today? Where is Abacha today? The monsters The political monsters of Obasanjo and those of them created, they are seeing it now. So the system is corrupted. Let's not participate in the election anymore. Let's demand for electoral, reform, and political party information reform. You cannot be selling forms for 30 million, 50 million. You expect good governance. Look at the way they turn into hype men in those states. Hype men, people's fathers, pastors are now behaving like actors. Using cane to whip pictures, height of illiteracy. Where on earth are people use cane to flog somebody on picture? Is that not dumbness? This is what you get when you support it. The last government did the same thing. Only the last governor, the same thing. Now this government has taken it higher. They've created a ministry indirectly. Hype ministry. Anybody go, you will get no mind there. No mind. As if we are a state of Okpebholo. For God's sake, and God's sake produce a man that moves the motion for Nigeria independence, Antonio Mero. And those state produce Folosho and Bruce Ali. And those state produce great people are doing a lot of things in tech, in America, in Europe, everywhere. So it's high today that now follow our government all around. Whether they read the election, the matter is in court, but these are the sins sown by previous administrations. So let's continue watching them. Mr. Elvis, thank you for the great work you are doing. We are all as a donor, including me, we all should be ashamed of ourselves. If APC, PDP, everyone should be ashamed of ourselves. They are telling us to the whole world, telling us all we can give up is no right there. It's working. Brand new governor. It's embarrassing, it's nonsensical, it's nonsensical, it's non-sequitur. We cannot tell us that we 4.5 people who don't have graduates who can serve as protocol officers. It's hype men, adult, people's fathers. So, Mr. Elvis, thank you for what you're doing. APC should tell Nigerians all the money borrowed, House of Rep members, senators, tell Nigerians all the money borrowed under your government. What have you been doing with it? All the billions of dollars. What are you doing with this money? Buying houses. Are you not tired of buying these houses? How many houses are you going to sleep? How many cars are you going to drive? How many lives are you going to live? APC and your family, your children. People are mocking your children, and some of them are into different things. So we should think about the way we are treating poor people. Mr. Elvis, thank you for the video. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, I have another caller here, Big Uyi. I would like you to quickly talk. Okay, I think we lost that already. Let me see if we can get you back quickly. Let me call you back because I really need to. I don't want us to spend so much time here today if we can. Big Uyi, thank you very much. We got your missed call. Talk to us. Good evening to you. Go ahead.
Hello everyone. Hello, Mr. Elvis. I just want to talk on the topic today. First and foremost, I want to talk about VDM. VDM is someone who has been using a platform to do a lot of things for Nigerians that be helping people. They are helping people who do not have voice to speak and all that. I understand his anger. I understand what he's trying to say. But one advice I would give to him, because he was equally saying something about the president is the owner of TVC. We all know he's the owner of TVC. I would advise him not to even bother to go to TVC for any broadcast. You know the way Nigerians are all behaving now. I don't want them to indict him, change his words to something else that will become a problem for him. He has a platform already. Let him continue to speak to the people through his platform. Definitely the truth will surely come out one day. That's for him. And as for the Edo State 100 days in office, this is something every one of us has been clamoring for. I, for one, if I'm going to the field to vote for both presidency or governorship election, my aim of going there is because I want a better Nigeria and I want a better state. So if a governor is doing all this, being able to achieve all this in 100 days in office, there's no way I'm not going to talk about it. What we need in that state is a development. What we need is to put smile on the face of everyone. So for me to see this achievement is something I should always talk about. If you you see the gentleman that was on TV that said something about his political motivation, APC want to, I don't care about all that. If it's the pressure for him to make the state a better place, it's a good thing. If he's doing it for 2027, if he's trying to make everywhere nice for the state, bringing development down, it's a good thing. This is what we are all preparing for.
Thank you.
So kudos to the governor, and thank you very much, Mr. Ellis.
Thank you, Big Oyi. Thank you. All right, I'm done right now. Let me go to the panel. I have lots of people on the panel. I just want us to work with time today. I appreciate every one of you. Somebody should click on the dollar sign, buy me a coffee if you can. I appreciate that. Okay.
Yes, sir. The network has not been my friend, though.
Yes, I noticed. Let's see. Or you want to speak first in case he logged you out?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll come to Sir Louis after you. Just go ahead, talk to us then. You have your 8 minutes. Thank you. Good evening to you, my brother. But you are not talking now. You are not talking.
Oh, thank you, Niger Wash. Sorry, I'm muted. Thank you very much for a good topic. Every day you bring is, every day you come out, it's like you are putting there's a catalyst that you drop inside everyone to really come out to, to say something positive and to give advice to the government. I just want to say kudos to you for a good research work and the way you lay it out. Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody else that has been coming here. I want to thank the entire crew of Niger Watch. I want to thank Mom in Diaspora especially. May God continue to, guide you for us and increase your wisdom. To all other people out there, may God bless you all. I want to start from the VDN. You see, thank God, thank you, the last speaker that spoke. I would advise VDN, if you can hear us very clearly, don't move according to the pressure on you. Don't move according to the dictate or the drop of content they put in the air there to pressure you to come to TVC. If you move according to how they plan, you have moved into their trap. Continue to do your thing the way you have been doing it. They want you to come out. They want you to speak. They want you to challenge. But don't fall into the trap of and the devices of the enemy. Don't put the federal government case into it. Don't go to the president. Don't even speak about the president. You can put things out the way you put it, but don't go deep. You have many things to do. You have millions of people to give, to orientate on what is going on. The ills among us, you have a lot. You have a lot. Don't think 4 million subscribers is your limit. You are above it. Your aim and objective, follow it tactically. Continue to preach. There's nothing bad if you have 20 million followers. Push the narrative. Push the positive side so that Nigerians will wake up. Nigerians will wake up. That is what we all are praying for. And we are all doing it together. Keep doing it. Don't let yourself to be locked up in their system. That is the advice I'll give to you. Don't be excited. Don't play into the role of, don't play into their hands. Do your thing your own way. You have been doing it. We are following you. We know the wisdom behind you. You have been tactically, been very disciplined in your approach. Keep doing that. That is what we don't want you to just start flying. No, 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 no. You are not like others. You are specially made for this purpose. Onto this, don't deviate. Keep to your lane. Don't go to their lane. Keep to your lane. And that is what we want to do. Thank you. Niger Watch. I want to say here concerning the Edo State issue. You see, this embarrassment that is going on in the entire state, especially by those that have studied hard, those that have read, been doctors, professors. They earn it, but they don't have any investment in the state. They should all keep quiet and enter house. They are the biggest problem we have in Edo State. See all those people that are talking about PDP, APC, all of them are the problem of Edo State. All of them, you see there, they are all the problem of Edo State. If we have technocrats, we have thinkers that think, and government was in place in Edo State, and none of them came out to direct or criticize the government on which way to go, that place you are going is not the way to go. Which among them came out to redirect the policies of the government? None of them. Which among them that saw that we don't need MOU, we need direct policies that will make every Edoite smile. What is affecting the people? None of them. Look among all of them now. The main industry in Edo State is politics. All of them. Okay, look at Edo State Broadcasting Station. Was money not budgeted for that? Who was there? Who did the money go to? How the money was spent? The money goes into thin air. And nobody is speaking on that issue. Nobody is speaking on issue. Somebody will come, will give them respect. They come and saying all sorts of what because they have a case in the court. All of them, which among them have not thrown stone in the glass house? Which of them among them have not thrown stone at the people of Edo State? Which of them? Do any one of them have the Edo State at heart? I will give you for instance now. We have a petroleum minister in the person of Gaius Obaseki during Obasanjo regime. Let them come out. Which Edo light you can see that was even employed, empowered by Gaius Obaseki when he was in the minister of petroleum industry. Which of them helped the Edo State? None among them. All of them, they are all sycophants. They just want to make Edo State. I said last time, in Edo State, do we have good pipe-borne water? No. All of them keep dormant. In Edo State, do we have ordinary bus stop? Edo State don't have. And all of them are calling themselves technocrats in a modern civilized world. How did it come about this Agberoism? Was it not the park they were building all over Edo State that the government does not even have control over? That was the bridging point of the Agberoism in Edo State. And no government, everybody shut their eyes to it. When we mentioned it, they will say, let us go and sit down. We don't know anything, that we'll be small picking. Now look at what the damage is that it has done. When Obaseki was in government, did he have any policy to hold their tax, to hold the hands of all these Agberu? None of them. He didn't have anything. He was only paying their bills. And somebody will come out here when Obaseki was the government and they didn't come out. Did he had any policy to put them down forever? No. So why should you say Obaseki has done something? They have failed Edo State. They should all of them should enter house. All of them. The entire Obaseki, all of them should enter house. They've all failed Edo State. The entire politicians in Edo State, they've all failed Edo State. Look at how dilapidated Edo State, the 100 days of this same governor, despite the process in which was brought to power, which I am against, and I'm still against it today. I don't give a damn about whoever get there, because two of them are they are not supposed to be existing in the entire Nigeria as a whole. But what do we choose among the two devils? The Edo State people went and chose APC or PDP and left Labour Party. which was the best bet to change the narratives. But they said no. And now what are we getting? And now you want me to join hands to say, oh, they don't steal your mandate. For what? All of you are the same. So the process of getting into power in Edo State is by rigging. Even in Nigeria, is by rigging. Until we change the laws of our country, we will never get the best man to be in hands of affair. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Black Panther, for that submission. I appreciate you, my brother. Sir Louis, if you're there, sir, please just talk to us. You're 8 ministers now. Thank you, sir. Good evening to you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I think the video from VeryDarkMan, that's, it talked about, I think I saw the video when the gentleman was speaking at the TVC. He took his phone, he showed it to the other guy. So I think there was something in there he wanted the other guy to see. I think Nigeria as a country is not, Nigeria is a business. I think this is one thing we've said before. I've mentioned it on many occasions and on many forums. I remember back in the days in London, we used to say this back at University of East London, where I did my degree, that Nigeria is a business. And the people who have profited, who are still profiting from the business of Nigeria, these are extremely powerful people. So to get Nigeria away from that circle, it's not something I think can be achieved democratically. We really, really, really want to be honest about it. Electoral reforms. I've sat down to think, can that really work? Looking at, you see, Nigerians are a very funny set of people. Majority of Nigerian people don't even know what they want. They don't know what they want. That's why you see people will say, Ogasa. This Ogasa thing is, it comes from, unemployment. Yes, it comes from lack of education. Some people they just believe that it's the money I have in my account, the car I will drive, the woman I will carry. That is what many Nigerians you think. I'm telling you, you'll be so sad when you begin to ask many of them what they really want. That is just all they see. So when people have such mindsets, it is easy for them to follow this politician. This one are the Oga, they be governor. Governor, sir. All those praises, all those stupid praises. A man that just came for office. This thing did not start during Okpebholo. Has always been there. I know when I think the time I saw this was when Oshomole became the governor years ago. Because during Lucky Benedio, there was not much of this, tout hailing governors, whatever. It wasn't really much. When Professor Subo came, it wasn't really there. When Oshomole came, that was when this whole thing became so famous in Benin. You see him, he will go out, boys will come, they will be hailing him like he's a messiah or something. Obaseki also did the same thing. We're talking about this. So Obaseki had one. There was one man who was an apostle, who was also Obaseki's praise singer. He was also doing everything. Now you have the power. The power has shifted to a different party. You also have every party has its praise singers. That's the thing. Every party has its praise singers. So back to VDM. I think VDM start questioning Tinubu to say Tinubu should bring fact, all these things. This is what I will say. From the little experience and for the kind of people I kind of sit sometimes, I listen to when they talk. If VDM begin to question more into Tinubu's government and the establishment that controls Nigeria, see him as a threat. Right at the moment now, he's doing a fantastic job. I love him. He's really fighting. People go to him with their issues. He fight for them. He's become the voice of many masses. Those who don't have anywhere to go to, who are hopeless. VDM now is there. And I rather just hope that he just remain there for now, because if he begin to go outside that comfort place and start challenging the presidency, Nigeria is a mafia country. Trust me, they will not arrest VDM. That's one thing. Nigerian government will never arrest him, because Nnamdi Kanu already in their detention. That is already so much attention on them. Other people they have in their detention, that's so much attention on them already. Arresting VDM, they know that will bring a nationwide protest. They will not arrest VDM. There's one thing they will do, they just silently take him out. It may not even be assassination or gunshot. That is old school. They don't even do that these days. That's old school. And that is just one thing. So that's how the establishment works. These people are mafias. So the only way Nigeria can actually work, see, freedom is not freely given. Freedom is forcefully taken. It's not freely given. Nigeria is not. Do you think we are free? People talking about Peter Obi. Do you think the establishment of Nigeria today can see a man like Peter Obi in Aso Rock? Never. When Jonathan became the president, yes, corruption was there. Corruption is even worse now. But Jonathan was one man they saw that they thought was going to shift the same. So What did they do? They actually sat down, they weigh everything. They look at the pros and cons, like, okay, what would be the safest way to deal with this, to deal with the issues? They saw that Jonathan was going to be a big threat to them. It was going to be a big threat to them. Looking at what he said, I said that before. Obama's involvement in that election is what many Nigerians. As at that time, I was in London then when people, they were all shouting, Sai Buhari, or when Buhari won the election, it was like a jubilation in my church. People were, and me and a few others were the people I supported Jonathan at that time. I'm not going to lie, I supported Jonathan. And they use it to mock me. They acted as if Buhari was one messiah that just came from heaven with so much angelic transparency and angelic whatever. But when a few years after he entered power, the people who shouted Sai Buhari, the Sai Buhari went down. They saw that the guy was worse than Jonathan's government. But the thing is, the way people were involved in Buhari becoming a president, foreign establishment, foreign nations, that is still what many Nigerians don't understand. Jonathan said a bit of it. There are so many things happening today that we don't know. The reason why we are privy to some of information is because of social media. That's why today we know some basic things. Back in the day, so many things were happening all over the world. We only knew the things that the CNN or whatever revealed to us. That was the only thing we head on to. But right now, people can begin to investigate for themselves. If you look at Burkina Faso, it was not Thomas Sankara, how he was murdered. No one knew how the CIA played a role. Look at Patrice Lumumba. No one knew how the CIA played a role. All these things still happen. But today, social media is beginning to reveal things. People are beginning to see things for themselves. I said, Nnamdi Kanu is a threat to the establishment. Britain cannot see Nigeria separate. Britain cannot see Nigeria separate. That's why they arrested Nnamdi Kanu. British government is not. In fact, if that young man is bad today, let me use that word. If the British government will move, they don't care, because as far as they're concerned, that man is a threat to the establishment. So the only way I think Nigeria will get out of this mess is not this electoral reform. I'm sick. I don't even know where to start from anymore, because trust me, they will pass it now. They will talk about it. They will discuss it. They will table it. They will say electoral reform, everything. You'll be so shocked that the next election, the same people who tabled it will still manipulate the same system again at the expense of the entire Nigerians. You'll be shocked. Because when a man who is benefiting from fraud sits down and tells you want to put an end to the same fraud he's benefiting from, don't you think there's a problem? Will you sit down and trust such an individual? A man that has built so much weight around fraudulent establishment, the man is telling you that you want to make it transparent. You trust? That's why I think Nigerians don't know what they want. Because when a criminal, someone that enjoys criminality, comes to tell you wants to put an end to corruption, when you know that the establishment of that individual is built around criminality, will you trust such person? So the truth is, we're going to continue to talk until we get to a point where Nigerians will begin to understand that this whole thing is not going to. It's just now. It's Tinubu. Well, the next person will come. Right now, they're already putting funds together for his re-election. That is the thing. For APC in Edo State, I said it before. Even though I never supported Aswin Ighodalo, I love Olumide, but I know him in person, and I actually saw some people said he's a party man. They said the guy lost, but I said yes, that is who he is. But when it comes to his professionalism, he's a different person. That's his life outside that. I know him in person, and I like him. But APC presented this man. The question I ask is this what APC? Is it all they have to offer? Is this all they have to offer? Because the whole thing is, I mean, looking at the old party, so people talk about his 100 days in office. Okay, I will applaud him for what I just saw on the video. But the truth is, I think there's still more years to go. The case on the tribunal, that is just an exercise in futility. I don't think that would bring any result. PDP people rejoicing, saying that's when you're going to become a governor, they should go and relax. With the Nigerian state of today of APC. I rest my case for now, my brother. Thank you.
Sir Louis, thank you very much, sir. Can you guys hear me? My network is failing.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Good evening.
Very clear.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I don't know what it is up here. Mr. Alex, thank you very much. Please, you have 30 seconds. Go ahead, 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. The last guy that spoke just now, Sir Louis, he made me remember something. So I want to advise Vivian. I know Vivian is always working on.
Go ahead.
So if you watch the movie Prison Break, there is a company called the Company. In that movie, American government, they are the set of people that take out people who are threats against them. It's exactly what is going on in almost around the world, the whole world. So Vivian should stay on this activism, should leave Tinubu and TVC alone. Yes, he raised the question, I applaud him, should not leave Tinubu for now, in the meantime. If the country gets, if the country, gets a revolution of 75, but I don't want anything to happen to him.
Okay.
I understand that William must speak up, William must come out. I joined Mr. Lewis. Go and watch that movie. The company is a very bad, notorious group that take out for the government anybody that's want to question them. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. That's a good advice. I'll call that part to him. Okay. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. I don't know what was happening to my network just now, but it's good that you guys can hear me now. The next person that needs to speak to us now is Madam Patricia. Madam Patricia, thank you very much, man. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. You have your 8 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening to all the panelists. Good evening, Nigerians. Wherever you're watching us from, welcome to today's broadcast. Happy New Week to every one of you. Please like and share. And let me see that there is super chatting for Mr. Elvis. Please, let's appreciate him. Thank you. Mommy Diaspora, good evening again. I love you. I love every one of you. Yes, Obama, I would say is one of the worst that happened to Africans. Yes, I have all rights to say that. The Obama presidency brought a lot of negativism to African countries. This LGBT they are pushing out, it was Obama that started it. Sometimes we say because they look like us, so they will fight for us. But that's not what Obama is doing. And Jonathan regime, yes, it was orchestrated by him and other of his cronies. We know that Jonathan actually won the election, but it was rigged out. Jaga, that will now come out one day and say, yes, he had a free and fair collation and declaration of the winner. He will be lying if he comes out, anytime he comes out to say that. He knows he's lying. He knows that election too was rigged. And there was foreign interference, just as His Excellency Jonathan Ebele has said. That's true. There was a lot of foreign interference because he was not playing ball. He wasn't. He was a patriotic man, wanted to put Nigerians first. And of course, the deep state actors didn't want that. They wanted the status quo to continue. But there was a new sheriff in town who was Jonathan Ebele. Good luck. And they didn't want that. So they had to topple him. They toppled him, actually. They toppled him. So we know the game. Everything they did, they instigated Nigerians against him. And we know the story. We know the end of the story, how everything went. But thank God, Nigeria cried for 8 years. When finally they got their Buhari. They cried bitterly. And now we have the Jagaban himself as our president. The guy that knows how to play the politics more than every one of them. So I am glad that this is the direction Nigeria is going, because Nigerians have to first determine what they really want. As far as I'm concerned, many Nigerians that follow. They're just follow. They don't really have a direction, sense of direction. Many, they don't even know what they want. You fight it for them now. Majority will come against you. Majority will say, what are you saying? Eh? What are you saying? Now our man, now our this, now our that. So what are we talking about? Until they can really make up their mind on what they want, nothing will change. I think it was the last speaker. Is this what's his name? Sir Louis said was saying that the point now is not about democracy bringing any good governance. So I think what you are trying to say is that power is not served a la carte, yes, and therefore also freedom is not served a la carte. You know, for you to get freedom, you got to what? You got to snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. That's what it means, and that's the truth. And until Nigerians ready to snatch it, grab it, snatch it, and run away with it, they will not go anywhere. They will not go anywhere. I was saying electoral reform before, but really looking at it, would that really help? Would that be the problem? Would that solve the problem? I don't think so. Because as long as we have people that can switch off beavers, that was made to bring transparency to the whole process, and then suddenly there was a technical glitch in only the presidential, but the other ones went through. As long as we have such characters there, and even anyone that we are still going to bring, as long as it's the president that's still going to nominate, even they remove Mahmoud Yakubu, he's still the president that will nominate the INEC chairman. He's still the one. Just by that alone, already, he has favoritism will already come in, which means the person that he will nominate would definitely want to favor him because he has shown favor to him by putting him there. So definitely he will not go against him. So I don't know. I think Nigerians need to wake up. That's all I can say. VDM, yeah, I think it's right to call them out, because if somebody is tarnishing and derogating your reputation like that, it's good that you come out to defend yourself. Yes, you should come out to defend yourself against what they said against him. But on the other aspect, but if he doesn't speak about the government, who is going to talk about it? That's the thing. Who is going to talk about it? You know, everybody wants to go to heaven. There's this everyone wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. That be the thing. Somebody is talking, and we are trying to discourage him that he shouldn't talk, he should enter house, he should not get involved, he should this. If nobody tell them, so who is going to tell them? I mean, come on. We say we Nigerians don't know what they want. Do we know what we want also? Come on. Somebody is speaking. We have to let him speak. If you cannot speak, don't stop the ones that can speak. That's the point. Yes. Why not? Is it God? It's only God that you cannot question. Even God, you can question God. So, you know, what is it? He can. If this all allegation has been raised, how many people they don't buy for not? Boko Haram, how many they don't buy? We don't know how many. Millions and millions of people have been buyed. If truly this is what has been going on, we need to know. Somebody is speaking and we are saying we shouldn't speak. Excuse me. No. I think VDM should go ahead. Let them invite him. Yes. Why not? Why not? They should invite him. Let the TVC invite him and let him speak. Why will he not speak? Please, we should know that there are people that are meant for certain things. And when they are there, let us encourage them, not to discourage them. Those state politics, people, those ones, I was looking at them. They were like teenagers. That's what I would say. Those are teenager behaviors now. Those are not men. Those are boys. So I'm really, really disgusted and embarrassed over their display of shame that they were doing today. Yes, Okpebholo is working, fine. But what is all this? What is all this disgrace that you are dragging Edo people, on the floor over social media? What is that?
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Madam Patricia. God bless you. All right. Midwest people, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Good to hear from you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's a little bit busy, man. Sometimes, but I do listen, so just be on there.
Thank you, sir. Talk to us. 8 minutes.
Okay, I greet the house. I greet everybody, listeners and viewers across the globe. I greet every one of you. My brother, you put a lot of topic here, For me, I will start with one thing. I keep on saying it, that Nigeria don't have government. We need to see it from that angle. What we actually have is Mr. President and Mr. Governor. So as a result of that, it's now like a bossy ring where people struggle for power, not for development. And foreign nations seeing that opportunity, they laid a very strong foundation during the military regime. When they were creating all these states they created, they weakened the country to ever come together again and see themselves as one. If people are talking of revolution, struggle, any movement, reform, brother, we are wasting time. It's not going to work. All I will say is this. I've come to realize that no matter how we criticize them or whatever we put here, they are not interested. Anything that will give them power is what they want to listen to. All the entire politician, and it's very unfortunate that they've make it like a normal thing, and people who we believe to be our leader have accepted it, so they are all playing along. Everyone today who is in opposition are after power. The ones that are ruling are after power. After all, if they are able to have it, every one of them will benefit from those criminal activities by making their own fortune and wealth. So to change it, my brother, is going to be a long journey, because I don't think that is even possible, because external factors are benefiting from this nonsense. They are just watching. So that's what I want to say this evening. Then I will come down to my state. I don't expect. I supported Okpebholo, not that I expected much from him, but if he happened to do much, to God be the glory. The actual person I was expecting much from was the past governor. I do understand he has ruled, he has left the state. He still have his own supporters, and he still have people that are criticized. That is the politics. If, for example, he has laid any foundation to put any changes or anything new to Edo State, it would have been difficult for this governor to change anything. Because if you want to rule people, you rule them by the basis of law. You approach the State House of Assembly, you pass law, you do everything possible to make sure people now know that there are rules and regulations that govern. It's not for you just doing it because you have executive power. As I said, we don't have government, because that's why they exercise executive power in all levels. And as a result of that, they create a lot of damages. No matter the plan people give to them, it doesn't make sense. So Okpebholo is doing his work, at least for the first 100 days, they call it. I cannot praise Okpebholo as much, but he's doing his best, to the best he can. Even the 100 days of Obaseki, we don't even have government. He didn't even formulate government. There were no commissioners. No talk of engaging in any meaningful development or any project, as far as those concerned, I can recall. Maybe other people can correct me, but I strongly believe 100 days we're not having commissioners. So for you to see the difference. And all these guys we call Agbero. For me, I don't call them Agbero, because first 4 years of Obaseki coming to power, all these faces were there. They played their own game. They were also with him, working with him, When things start falling apart between him and Oshomole, the division, you know, some people have to go with Oshomole, some people have to remain with him. And the second tenor, some faces that today that are championing things like Eboston. I think he was championing the guys who also hold the state assembly hostage then, who were saying 4+4 Togba. So they have been in the politics. So they are not new. Agbero everywhere. My dear, these are even indigenous people. I don't see anything wrong. Like previous governor, Eo Akatan General was from another state. He don't even have a single building in those states. And now they have made their money, and this one is also there to make his money. If our own people is opportune to let them develop their state and stand for their land, what I expect those people to stand for now is to put themselves together. A time in history of Nigeria, our ancestors put themselves together, they call for a referendum, and they were having their own region. It is our time we start talking about that. Nigeria is a place of power. If you stay quiet, people will take advantage. We strongly believe in one nation, but I will tell you, the most wicked and satanic people here in the southern part of Nigeria. You see how they formulate 31 states again? And without any consultation, Northerners are not in power. Now, do you even expect this from a certain ruler? When we are saying restructuring during the last campaign. So all these ideas Northerners are, they were fast enough to understand how satanic the certain people of Nigeria is. And they muzzle themselves to make sure if they are not ruling, they will, if they are not the one in power, they will leave. I have to be honest. The worst thinker as far as Nigerians are concerned, they are in the southern Nigeria. They don't think of the good of the land. They only think of power and tribal expansionists and how to take an advantage of neighbors. I have to be honest tonight. All these ideas Nigeria will be good. Go and do which revolution? How can you revolute against Yoruba? Yoruba will fold their hand. Or you do it against the northern person and they will fold their hand. Or when Igbo person is there, they will fold their hand. The Wazobia spirit was a satanic spirit. He has crippled the country. Let anybody not be deceiving themselves. Let every man start thinking of their home. If they create 100 states, Edo State is producing one of the largest gas in Nigeria. What are they putting there? Nothing. Nothing. The so-called Niger Delta, you go there, oil pollution everywhere. They don't even find solution to it. And when they create 100 states, they will not be taking their resources to finance. Most of the states in Nigeria, I will tell you, close to 80% cannot finance themselves with what they have in their land. They cannot, with the cost of governance they created among all these states. But someone is laying the golden egg. Natural disaster is fighting the land. Human man-made disaster is also fighting those places whereby people can't have good air, no good water to drink, and what the future home for the children they don't even know. And they've ruined the entire system. That's why countries, big power countries are making money. Now they are confessing. What can Nigeria government do? They've weakened us. We can't come together. Who is in Nigeria to go and ask America any question about that revelation? Is he your president? So for very dark man, my brother, let me around this one. Take your mouth away from those kind of things. They are above you. The leaders themselves know what is going on. They can't do any, no talk of you. So that's just what I want to say. Thank you, my brother, for the short time you give to me to also echo my own view. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Midwest people. I think I will support you on that. The very dark man remove a man from where they go so because they go stretch and not be smart, you know. But still, somebody need to say it how it is. But because the way he's going about it, it's going to look like he's revenging because they gave the platform to someone to speak about him. Now you want to come for them through this way. It might not be funny. But what do I know? Oga CM, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us today. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show. If you are there, because your camera is off, you know you are always putting your camera on. I don't know whether
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, Oga CM, because
I'm here, Niger Watch. I did.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show.
Okay.
I'm facing network issue here. I'm going to leave the platform for you, and in case you are not there, hand over to Mr. Jonathan so that you guys can talk within yourself, maybe for the next 1 or 2 hours. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. All protocols duly observed. Before I start, I will say At least I've had Madam Patricia spoke, Midwest people, I've had Black Panther spoke. So it should be between, I think, Lewis. I don't know whether you've spoken. So it should be probably after me. May I think, do you know?
Dr. CM, sorry.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you get most of my messages I sent to you?
yeah. I read it. I listened to the
Okay.
one. Yeah, I
Okay.
know. Thank
Okay.
you very much for.
Yeah, I come right after you, Dr. Sia.
Okay, so after me, Jonathan. Then after Jonathan Odua, then we go. If Niger watch, you know, bring more.
Oga, Oga CM, sir. Yes. You after you now, Mr. Jonathan, followed by Odua, every other person don't talk. Then after that, you guys can now manage the time 1 hour or two.
Okay.
Then the fire round up. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Actually,
I don't know whether they hear me because everywhere
hey, we
was
dey
for here.
no, don't worry, we dey hear you. You
Now they
see,
hear me.
the day,
I've
the
been
day where
on
you go,
now.
the day, the day where you go chop
We
suya,
dey hear you. We dey hear you clearly.
you go dey make mouth. The day where you chop suya for
Okay, now
midnight, you
Oga
dey
CM, be like saying now your network. Oh.
no, now you. Then they hear me.
Naija wash. Now you know the. Now your network no good.
Okay, but not fair. I think say now Oga
The
CM.
day, the day where you chop suya midnight, you go dey make mouth. Hey, Naija good. Now they don't take your light. You don't dey holler. Anyway, what I want to what this Okpebholo 100 days. Yes, normally 100 days is you don't expect somebody who is expected to spend or who took an oath to spend 4 years to must have performed wonders in 100 days. No, it's not fair. Nobody you can't do magic. But 100 days gives you an opportunity to signpost where your administration is going. Somebody can say, okay, there may be some pronouncements here and there. That is what I expect anyway. So, but one thing that stood out for me, in fact, I will take credit, even if I don't give me the credit. It was here I used to say that Okpebholo, when he took over immediately, he started showing one primary school. He said, look at the roof, all this, all that. You know, when we were saying, I think either last week, I remember telling Niger Watch here, I said, if he can go and get the picture of that school, let them tell Okpebholo, say, look, you were blaming Obaseki for not doing this in 8 years, and you showed it to us. What have you done about it within 1, 2, 3 months or so? So good enough, they showed it today. So to that one, this is my concern. I no love Okpebholo, I no hate them. My concern is this primary school now, as they don't paint them, they
Oga
students.
CM, he heard your cry. So
Oh
he give
yes,
him a
now.
kudos for that. Yes.
Thank you. No, that's what I said. I said you don't need to love your governor. You don't need to. You don't need to hate them either. They are there because of the money. After all, the money where you use repair the primary school, not be from in pocket. Now money where don't money where come from Abuja, then they take every month. Then go say, oh yeah, Anambra take your own, Lagos take your own, Ogun take your own, Edo take, Kaduna take. So when you bring your own, come back, what you take and do. So that primary school, I'm happy because what it means is that they don't just it's not after refurbishing it it will not be put to use. So definitely some group of students or pupils will go in there and they start to study in a good conducive atmosphere. That is my own. I don't care. I don't believe it's not for you. I'm not doing it. This was what I want. And then let them use this as a standard, not because he showed this. Let him go all over 18 local governments in Edo and do the same. That is the only thing you gain from government. Social amenity. They are not going to give you cash because it won't go around. If you repair primary school, your children or your uncle's children attend it, and then you pay the teachers well, they teach them very well. The skill they get there is the equipment for life. That is just what you gain from government, something like this. So, Kwewula, I thank you for that. But use it as a point of contact for all the primary schools within this 100 days. Why you are still there? Because if the tribunal deliver judgment that you should go, at least we say when you were there, this is what you did. So that is just my own. No, what is it called? No lover. I'm not loving anybody. I'm not hating anybody. So thank you for that. They've shown it, and I saw it because we've been saying it here. Thank you. Then, well, Jonathan's case, President Jonathan. I think we've said it here one time. It was just a mere conspiracy. And why Jonathan's case is so so heart wrenching is that Nigeria was on the path of movement. I mean, moving because the idea was to remove fuel subsidy have a sovereign wealth fund where we dump all the in fact, Okonjo-Iweala started this thing that if you have a benchmark of $65 for a barrel of crude oil, there's every tendency that it may go up to 80 or more than 65 because you've based your budget on 65. Be disciplined and use that $65. Anything excess is like a windfall. You keep it because there's also a tendency that you may put it at 65. It may fall down below 65. So what do? It will affect your budget. So it was this morning the lady was saving together with Jonathan when Amechi and Oshomole went to court. They took it her to Supreme Court that every money must be shared. Amechi said they did. Okonjo-Iweala said, let's save it for rainy day. Amechi said, you don't they rain itself. Make them bring it now. He wrote it in her book with Oshomole, all of them. So where is the money today? Part of the dollar P2B saved was from there. P2B said he didn't spend his own. He took it and kept for Anambra State. So Jonathan's regime, we all know it, is very, to be honest, in retrospect, if you look back, you will know that it's an opportunity missed. And the international conspiracy, nobody can survive that. I don't know why. I just don't know. Jonathan is a joy, it's not Igbo man, sha, but it pains me. Why? Because if the man had been there, definitely a bag of rice won't be what it is. Remember, minimum wage was 18,000 naira. 18,000 only. But you can afford with it 2 bags of rice, foreign imported rice, at the rate of 8,000 then. If you want local Nigerian rice, maybe 7,000 or 6,005 some places. But today, 18 times 5 is 90,000, which some states are using for minimum wage. Yet that minimum wage can buy you a bag of rice. You see, that is the issue. So that's why all these things, forget about all this insecurity, Jonathan. It was inflated. Thank God Kayode Fayemi said the other time that removing fuel subsidy when Jonathan wanted in 2012 was the best thing to do. But they know that if they allow him without criticizing, if he should do it, he will take credit. Then they will be opposition, not go see something to take a rubbish. Now look at where we are. To tell you how sadistic politics is. So Jonathan, when he's saying all this, we know we sympathize with you. Nigerians are now regretting it. 8 years, they like Madam Patricia said, they had their Buhari. How far? Now Tinubu is there, strategy, everything, and strong man. How far? Leadership is about intelligence. Nigeria is sinking because the hunger is too much. So, because let me quickly say, electoral reform, yes, we need electoral reform without doubt. That's why all these things we are discussing now, but some people having faith or preparing for 2027, well, you can be preparing, but mind you, if the system is not reformed, most people cannot vote. And those that if you feel you will come out to come and campaign, what happened now will even be war. What happened in 2023 will be a child's play. Mahmoud should first of all leave the place and he must have to be audited and then prosecuted because of the nonsense. We cannot just be moving backwards when others are moving forward. So on VDM's this thing, yes, VDM is a private citizen. He doesn't even need to tell TVC to invite him. It's only fair journalism that when you interview, I've had a Somna Sambo in Arise in those days, or even Ruben Abati. He said, we still have to bring all these allegations you are making, we still have to bring the person for right to reply. So TVC is incumbent on them. They are compelled to seek out VDM anywhere he is without even VDM saying it openly that we need you. If you are the right thing, say, in case you want, it's your right. We just let us extend it to you unless VDM doesn't want. But now that VDM is saying that by every means he wants it, so please TVC, you should do the needful and then invite him. Because anything that goes to the character of somebody, the person, so far you are alive, you have to say something. Keeping silent or being if you keep silent, people will say it's true because you did not refute any allegation. So to that extent, I will advise I support VDM to go and clear his name of whatever allegation. In fact, it's good to hear both sides so that when you are making when you are drawing conclusion, you say fair enough. You'll be able to hear both sides, and then the same platform, the same number of minutes they gave the person who made the allegation in TVC should also be given to VDM so that it will be fair in terms of if you want to judge both of them. So let me stop there for now. Jonathan, I would like you to take over. I don't know how many minutes I spent, but please do not go bear with me. After Jonathan, then we'll do it. Then we go around
Okay.
we
All
have
right. Thank you.
time. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. CM. I greet you. Happy weekend.
And
To
you
you.
too.
And Mr. Elvis, I greet you. God bless you abundantly. And all those, my fellow panelists, I greet you all. Mommy Diaspora, I greet you, man. God bless you abundantly. And all the commenters, the callers, listeners, I greet everyone. Happy weekend and welcome. You see, actually, yesterday I was unable to join the platform. I had visitors, but I was on my device, chipping in here and there. I would love to talk about the electoral reform, but if time permits, maybe during the second segment. And I must, Madam Patricia, you said it all. What actually brought me to the platform today, because when I listened to the presentation, for me, Mr. Elvis will do his presentation, most cases, it covers everything that is going on. But for me, I always narrow it down to one or two. I pick one or two from my own perspective. I'll pick one or two of the presentation. And today is not different. My highlight of today's presentation is VDM. Before I go to that, I want to congratulate Governor Okpebholo on his first 100 days. I wish him very well. And as the case, goes on, we'll see how it pans out at the end of the day. But let him continue doing his work. We shall see. As time will tell. We are seeing everything that is going on. With respect to VDM, I don't understand. When I listened to Mr. Black Panther, I was surprised. I kept quiet. And then I had the second speaker towing the same line. But thank God, Madam Patricia came in and just nailed it. What do you want VDM to talk about? We should not talk about Tinubu. So if VDM does not talk about Tinubu, so he should talk about CBN Governor Cardozo, or talk about Okpebholo, Senate President, or talk about Nuru Ribadu, or go on Celebrity Talk. Is that who else will he talk about if not Mr. Tinubu? The box stop at his table. He is the president there. Who else? When we're talking about Nigeria, he is the one. Everything ends. He takes responsibility, even to what is happening at the deepest local government in northern Nigeria. Mr. Tinubu is responsible for it. At the end of the day, yes, you can call the governors to account. You can bring local government chairman to accountability. But Nigeria as a country, we must continue to talk about the issues that affect us all. That is the center point. See, here's the thing in Nigeria. We can run, but we cannot hide. Nigerians, you can run, but you cannot hide. We can hide under entertainment talk. We can hide under celebrity talk and all those stuff. But at the end of the day, in the final analysis, we will come back to the issues that is affecting us, the economic issue, corruption, all the social vices. Those are the things, the mismanagement, the gross, unprecedented mismanagement of the nation's resources. Those are the things we will, at the end of the day, that's what you and I, with Nigerians, whether they like it or not, they can go about partying, doing all their stuff. You and I will still come back to the issue of insecurity. The colossal amount of money that has been directed to that area, and Nigerians have seen nothing for it. You and I will still come back to it, whether we like it or not. And I believe that should be at the front burner. Chief culprit here is the Nigerian media. First of all, they call themselves media. We don't have media in Nigeria. Everything VDM talked about today, yes, That is what the Nigerian media should be doing. I'm not talking about doing it when it suits them. I mean, on a daily basis. You see, if you don't fight for what is yours, you cannot get it. Another case in study, still fresh in memory. Just yesterday, the Prime Minister of Serbia, the former Yugoslavia, he resigned. The people have been on the street since November. That's what it's not a protest of 1 day protest, 2 days protest. Since November 2024. And for what? Just the collapse of a construction site that happened, an accident that by 10 people. People have been on the street. How many people are crying in Nigeria on a daily basis compared to 10 in that country? The Prime Minister bowed down yesterday eventually. He bowed down. He out. If you don't fight for what is yours, Nigerians, we don't fight for what is ours. And what you don't fight with, what you don't fight for, you leave it for other animals to do whatever they want to like with it, ruin us. That is what is happening. We cannot shame away from this. We must be focused on our problem. And I'm talking about it, I mean on a daily basis. We don't have media in Nigeria. We don't have all those so-called journalists in Nigeria. I tell you, they cannot get the job of a production assistant if they move out, they jump out to any Western country. Production assistant alone, they will not get it. I'm not just talking. I got my first degree in mass communication. I have friends that came, we all came to the Western country, to Canada specifically. I'm not going to mention names. The former editor of Champion newspaper, it's my friend, he's here.
I know the name.
He's here with me. We are together for more than 10 years. Couldn't get a job. The former sport editor of Tribune newspaper, my friend, we attended the same university together in Nigeria, mass communication. He's here with me. Couldn't get a job. He's now in procurement. He eventually, after over 10 years, let them come here, whether they'll get a job. That thing they are doing in Nigeria there. When they came here, they what is called real journalism. They have not done it in Nigeria at all. Is that journalism? We're talking about Nigerian problem. They will come out every day. The real issues, you will not see it there. I mean, on a daily, you cannot run away from it. On a daily basis, the economic problem, the colossal amount of money they have borrowed from IMF, what are they doing with it?
1 minute more.
All these projects that they outlined that they will use the money for. Okay, show us the project. If that is not stealing, then you come and tell me what stealing is. That's just our problem in Nigeria. We are not focused at all, and the government is taking advantage of it. So for me, for VDM, kudos to you. If everything you stated about, we talked about it on this platform over and over and over again. It's just that we don't have media in Nigeria, and we always deviate. We are not focused. We are not focused at all, and the politicians are taking full advantage. They're taking full advantage of that. Please write down.
Okay.
Are you going to talk? They want you to talk about Mr. Peter Obi, Abi, or who?
Okay.
It's about the government every day on a daily basis. And that's what they don't want. What they don't want is what we must focus on. It is what the people want, that they must focus on what the people want. And it is not a matter of ifs or buts. They must. The people must stay on it.
Okay. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dr. CM. I leave it there.
Thank you. Well delivered. May they hear them. It's not easy. Anyway, the thing is, my fear is that if they invite VDM, whether they go tell them on the issue they want to ask him question on, or if we want to deviate, they are this thing, then go they interject and they interrupt them. But I know he must find a way to onboarding his mind. But let them give him the opportunity first. That is the issue. Odua, if you are still with us, Mr. Odua. No,
Yeah,
Okpebholo,
good evening.
Okpebholo 100 days. What have you
Good
to say?
evening,
Tell us.
Dr. CN. Good
Thank you.
evening, everybody in the panel. Mr. Naija Wash. Good evening, Mommy in Diaspora. Good evening, the commenters, the listeners, and the viewers. Baba Jonathan. Ẹ ṣé gan, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you very much. I am grateful because you know, I always say it here, and not only here. I always said it that we don't have journalists. What we have is join the list or join the thieves. So they are just a group of people. They just come together and say they are journalists because they just along the list of people they call. Because journalists, me, I've never seen investigating journalists in Nigeria. I never see anyone who went to say and say this thing is happening live now. The way we are watching in Al Jazeera, we are seeing in CNN, we are seeing in Iran, in Italy, we are seeing in different. In Nigeria, never have any live journalism. Except they have to cut the head, cut the leg, known as editing, cut in his stomach and everything before they bring it out. Is that journalist? Is that how journalists work? The term that we will talk of journalists was when we talk of Dele Jiwa and our Baba Fela. Those are the journalists we have. The one where Baba Fela we are doing in music, while the Dele Jiwa we are doing in his paper. But what we have now are just bunch of criminals who come together and put themselves as journalists. And that is why they will tell you that they have body that regulate them. That if they talk about government, they will sanction them. Because they are not journalists. If they are journalists, they will sue that body who come together. They will sue you because you are not looking for the goodness of the country. What the journalism do is make sure that everything go well for the country, for the people of the land. But because of that is why I said that the people that are occupying positions in Nigeria are not worthy, are not qualified to be any position. They're supposed to be wheelbarrow pusher in a CUSA or being that man pushing sugarcane in the Efuru runabout or Oshodim market. Those one that is sweeping there. Or one market or another. Those are the people that are occupying our positions. That is where all these things are happening. That is why one person can come out, it's my turn. And everybody will say, yes, the court will write it on him. If the country belongs to him, not to talk of his turn. The other day, they were saying market in Edo State. They said it is Tinubu daughter. And that now come and nominate. Then one woman that we were talking said, Tinubu mother. We are the one that first nominate one woman that we asked. The market of Edo State, do they belong to Tinubu and his Tinubu family? Are they from Edo State? Are Tinubu wife or his children from Edo State? Not to talk of do they have a trade in Edo State? Then what make them monarchy? Who would make them monarchy over market? That they will not be the one to nominate people over the market. It is because people doesn't have brain to think. And they just say, hey, there is no government who will come and tell you he have power over your market to nominate his daughter. Now he's not the one to nominate, and people will clap for him in the name of whether party or whatever you call them. So it pains me that I'm not in Edo State, because that woman that day, I will have made sure I look for that woman and ask her who make Tinubu and his family monarchy over market. Now you are not saying the one that nominate you to be Iyeki. So that is for that. The Nigerians who are saying whatever VDN be whatever you call it should not talk. You see, they say, show me your friend and I will tell who you are. Me, I don't talk English because I don't have a friend with the British or America. I just talk my normal Nigerian language. People that always say, no, government is not good. When I look at them, I say, government can never be good. You don't know the reason? That just give these people a little chance in their office. You will see their character. They will start saving for their own friends, saving from their own sister, saving from their own co-workers. Then by the time you not do that, then you come out tomorrow and say government is not good. How is government good? Because the little government you are in position now, look at what you are doing. So when you get to the general office, that is what you will still do. So that is the reason that government will never be good. Now they are saying VDN don't talk. If you cannot talk, let those who can talk talk. Support them the little you can to talk. Don't scare them. Did you know why a little child, when you tell him, when the father tell him, go and slap person, he will go and slap the person? Because he's have the energy that my father is there, he can stand for me, he can do all these things, even though the father cannot stand for him. But that child will have that confidence because he sees father there, that is giving him food, that is giving everything. So let those that can talk, let them talk. And anyone that is talking know the consequence. He's ready to bear it. So we will not be eating Panadol for another person's headache. That is for that. For Okpebholo, where whatever he did, me, I don't believe on 100 days. And let nobody tell me it's 100 days because they did not use 100 days to vote for him. What they vote for him is come and make our state good. So from the very day you enter office, from that very day we count your work, not in 100 days. For me, the school he did, okay. But Augustine, that school you request for, they have not yet showed that one because the one that they show now is at Yekogba.
Okay, I think
Yes.
that one. Are you sure?
No. I heard it. If this is from Iriri, so the one that they show, the one that you are asking for, came from the vice governor. How will you call it? Vice governor, local government, deputy governor, local government. That is from the Ikovia. So they have not showed that one at all. But this one is still okay. He tried for the Iririo. So I'm not counting 100 days. I'm counting of what he did. So, but for people to say federal road, because I always use people words to know what they are. According to Okpebholo, again on this comment, not he said it first time, but he have said it again, that people said that Obaseki did not do it because he said it's federal road. I said Okpebholo is a senator and that was supposed to be done before now. That is number one. Number two, Okpebholo said it is the president who mandated him to do it. So it is not that him is doing it because he's a dumb man, or he's doing it because he's a governor. No, he said it is the president that mandates him to do it. So it is the president that is doing it. Him is just there to represent. So that is what Obaseki could not get. Because with their words, the Bible said, by their fruit you shall know them. It is not me. This is what Okpebholo have been saying about that road, that federal road. And Obaseki said, I want to go to Abuja because what do they call fashion, whether fashion law, be fashion, whatever law that we are in position that's supposed to make that road, could not make it available for people to work on it, even though when Edo people protest and block Sapele Road, they said they will come and do it. But because they did not do it, that is why I said the other day, it might be because of a name of party affiliation, just because that one is called PDP or APC with their stupid mentality of party. Because the road could not say whether party that do it. What matters is the road is good, people will pass it. But Okpebholo said it is the president that mandated him to do it. So the president did not mandate Obaseki to do it. That was why the road was not done. So I will not give kudos on that road to him, because I see it as the fault of the president that was there. So that is what I have to say on that. But he's working according to your build one primary school. So what I want for him now is to go and retrieve Okpebholo's made factory for us, so that we can invest our money on there. That is only what I want. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Odua. I for say if you know mention Okpebholo, I say I've been a fake Odua and I ain't the speaker. I've been the original Odua. So I think we've all we only 6 of us left. So let's quickly continue. Let me start from the left to the right. Madam Patricia, Midwest people, Black Panther, then Jonathan and Odua. Madam Patricia, do you still have anything more to tell us? Let's continue using the time. I think 5 minutes you go do now because we still get time. Time plenty. Hello? Hello? Is it
Hello.
my network? Okay, yes. Hey, I'm saying, yeah, man, they repair that they answer me, please, I know whether the thing not they work. Said we've gone round, we've all gone round. So second round now, let's say 5 minutes. We still have time. This 30 before Niger watch. We never even use up to an hour. So let's just go 5 minutes, starting with Madam Patricia. If there is time, we continue going until Niger watch come and yank us off. Hello. Okay, Madam Patricia, I say don't come out. Midwest people. Midwest people.
Hello.
You know.
Sorry.
Okay, wait. Okay,
I
Madam.
better not. No, okay, no. I better not verse. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Sorry, I better not verse. Yeah. Um, I think I'll let you just move on with Midwest people. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
If I have
okay,
anything, I
Midwest
will
people.
come back. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Midwest people. You know, say no, na get government now. So, we do no, na get.
I know the new. I know they their midst. Abeg. And now
No,
state governor
no,
I be for everybody.
Una know as soon as win the thing according to you. Say you win a Nigerian way. So what second round 5 minutes? What have you to tell us?
The only thing I want to say is that I don't expect much from him. But if God use him to do much for those state people, we'll be very, very happy. Because expecting much from government that lack accountability, I think we need to question ourselves. What exactly do we want? You can't govern people. There is no book to keep record. Even we don't even have Minister of Finance. And they replaced the Department of the State Finance with the Minister of Finance. A department that's supposed to report to the ministry is now in charge of everything across the country. Even the federal level, it works like that. What Mr. President tell you, right? That's all. To tell you how complex the situation is. So, if God use him to do at least something for our people, is good. But one thing is very sure: he's living there to be a millionaire. So there's no need to question ourselves about that. The previous governor have done his own and his team. Today they are in silent places enjoying their money. And those guys you see making noise in PDP is just because of the money they spend, and they're wasting their time anyway. I don't see any chance for them for tribunal to overturn it because they've not been able to prove their case. So that's just the fact. And
But Midwest people, sorry, you know, say for this tribunal because you mentioned it. APC
yeah,
line up witness, but when the first four come, then they were even supporting PDP. The rest con pick race. They no come.
it,
So you mean
it,
say you mean say that one no go count for anything.
it not the count. First of all, the first witness testify against a I think a polling unit that was already cancelled by INEC that it was corrupt, and everybody were shouting. So that is another issue. The INEC did not count there. On their own wisdom, they have cancelled it. So I don't see any proof there. There are a lot of things. So all those things they were mentioning, they ring here, they ring there, they ring there. How many witnesses were they able to produce? Is it not 19? So, my dear, yes, maybe they will say one polling unit or two polling rerun. That's all. They can't overturn that election.
No, but
There's no proof.
with APC witness, they support PDP. Now they talk. How do you
Now,
handle that?
that is how you see it. That is how you see it on your own. I'm just telling you the fact. So if for example, the first witness said, let me not just go there because we're not into that topic. I just want to talk to my people tonight because you see, the previous administration in Edo State created a lot of damages. Other many people are saying clap for him. Like Oduwa said, he said somebody is sending Iyeki from Lagos. Yeah. But if you look at 4 years ago, can somebody try that in Edo State? The answer is no. When a leader refuses to unite his people, there will be a vacuum for a crisis. Obaseki did not unite Edo State people. Even the political party, the PDP, they were having a chance to win the election. It was eternal crisis within that party that gave APC the leverage they have today. Most of the people that know how to win election in that party, they all moved to APC. And that's why it will be difficult for a PDP to come back and win that election. Now, when you come to the market, from history of our state, within the market space, they know who should be their next leader. Nobody they appoint them. The king don't even appoint a market woman leader. Politicians don't even they appoint. But when it comes to politics, because they belong to different political party, they will never campaign for one party. No matter how you move, they are very leader. He will never speak in favor of one political party. They will try to avoid it so that they can be able to keep that unity. The previous one, remember, he was campaigning for PDP. Now the PDP has lost, so you expect her to be the leader. So, my dear brother, you can't blame everybody. This guy, all I will tell Okpebholo is to look at this issue very well and use wisdom to start fixing them for the interest of their people. So that is those what they are taking advantage of. APC took advantage of that foolishness. They are in power today. You can't fight everybody. We market women you are seeing, they took an advantage because they know that woman has made a mistake because they were already pushing her even before the election. She resisted it at a point. She failed and started campaigning for these PDP people. But Oshomole was the one who supported her some years ago, gave her all the resources that she need. She also collect her own share. So you can see the whole game, my brother. So I believe anybody who is leading should always think of unity. There is strength and power in unity. Today, Nigerians are suffering. We're talking of revolution, good. I don't have time for that again. They've laid foundation for Nigeria to be like this. Nigeria can't be like Serbia. Serbia have their country. We are people of different ethnic nationality. As far as the government failed some years ago to address it, we all are there to face the consequences. We are not one people. There is no way you can compare Nigeria with Serbia. It's a deception. You can't revolute against a northern person in power. It can never happen. You can't do it against Yoruba. If Igbo person is there, you can't do it. Their people will never fold their hands. It's only Jonathan from Southside who could not be able to unite and create strength with that little opportunity. They took an advantage of it. Don't blame America, blame this one, blame that one. If he restructured Nigeria, and that was his first move, without looking back, just the way Buhari were doing his own. You see, he doesn't look back, he doesn't care. They will just pass the law. Like Tinubu now. You think people will just come there and to come and throw him out? He want to go and repair Nigeria for Wazobia people. How is it going to work? So let us be honest.
All right.
So that's my submission.
Anyway, well, at least you emphasize unity, which is very, very important. Unity is important, particularly in a diverse country like Nigeria, or like even if you say those states or Basiki should emphasize unity. Yeah, it's good. Unity brings peace and it brings progress because when you are one, then you move as a body. Black Panther, are you still with us? This one where Trump just rearrange you for US.
You will not join us, so we need you for US.
Trump just the dribble. All the goals.
I tell them now.
All the goals where Trump don't score, referee cancel all of them.
He cancel everything now. They tell them they don't know. Look, people don't understand. You see, when you know why. See, thank you for giving me opportunity again. You see, we have learned. I have decided to learn from the extract of the founding fathers. Before I go to any nation to talk on their issue, I normally go and do something. I'll dig into the founding fathers of that state. I'll dig into the founding fathers of that state. When I get the extract, then I'll use it as my template so that I will not be found wanting in doing it. So I'll not be found wanting in doing it. So that is what I usually do. On the Nigeria issue, see, there's what we call the godfatherism. It's all over the world. The template of godfatherism is all over the world. And the template of kingmakers is all over the world. And there's what we call Africa is a host. You see, that word that Hitler said that's going to make Africa a farmland is already taking place, has already started taking place. It has already started taking place. The farmland now is in Africa. Everybody wants to come and till the soil here, get everything, and make us be in disarray. That is what is happening. Already Africa is a farmland. But how do we break out of this thing? We got to use the formula of Burkina Faso. Those are the formulas we need to be using. Before Africa will break out, we have to use that formula. Somebody said, yeah, we have to fight for it. That is it. We have to fight for it. We have already said it, but because of the love of the people, that is why we retrieve back. Let us follow procedures. Like before, people said, oh, it's not the system, it's the people. I always tell them that if you don't have a system, the people will still remain vagabonds. Until you have a system, the vagabondism in everybody will go out because the system will clear it. That is why when you see Nigeria move to abroad, they behave because the system is ready to checkmate them when they want to become vagabonds to the nation. So now, the Nigerian state cannot be fixed. We know why. When we're talking about external forces, people say we should close our mouth. We close our mouth. We know, but that thing is still pending. There is external forces. And the external forces, it is where you or Garcia, where you did. Now the people where they trouble our life with that. Now the people where they trouble our life, I'm not forgetting all that thing. There's no biasness. People where they trouble our life. Now the where you did. And no say their senior brother. Now where me I did. Now what did the senior brother do? Now the junior brother go do. So what is there now is for us to know what we should do. We should go the Burkina Faso way. That is the only way to break out and start and become a nation. And I believe in one thing. Let us go deep into the BRICS revolution. Because an empire is falling. We are not noticing it because they are busy stealing the wealth. An empire is about to fall. It is true. People, I'm saying this thing every day. People are not going to research, but when I start bringing the cocoa, now people will lie. You people are not going to research it. An empire is about to fall. The BRICS are waking up. None of us around here have gone out to know what's happening in the BRICS. I bring it every day. People think I'm joking. When the fire will come, we will not see the fire. Then you will not be saying something because you don't know the genesis. The genesis is now with us. We don't want to go and learn it. And let me go to what do I want to go to now? VDN. You see, the VDN case, most of us did not follow it. We don't know the genesis of what is happening now. So we cannot talk on it. Let me say authoritatively, if you don't know the genesis of this VDN issue, don't even talk on it because you will talk to the regalia of what people want to hear. But people that knows it, we say you cannot do that.
Okay. Hello, Black Panther. Oh, your network again. Black Panther. Anyway, it's like the network is unstable. After Black Panther, it should be Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Dr.
Black Panther is having problem with his network. Maybe
Okay.
later. Let's continue with you, Jonathan. Maybe when he
Okay.
comes back.
Dr. CM, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let me just, in my earlier submission, I did mention that I want to talk about the electoral reform. Yesterday, I listened to the broadcast and I made a comment that it is the one and only thing as of today, as of this present moment, that is needed for us to have true leadership in Nigeria. Currently, it is the worst of us that are ruling us. Not just the worst, the very worst of us in total, those that are the worst of them all, they are the ones that are ruling us in Nigeria today. And one way to deal with that problem is through the electoral reform. Electoral reform alone is not what we're talking about. We're talking about electoral reform with laws that will back it up. Some people will say, after all, even though they reform the electoral, they go ahead and do that today. Even if they ask Mahmoud Yakubu to go, it is still Tinubu that will still appoint the next one. And the next one is loyalty will still be to the man that appointed him. So what is the real solution? Now, the real solution is now the law that will back it up. If truly, if they are true to it, if the Nigerian politicians, the Nigerian political class, they are really true to it, it is not a rocket science. They can deal with this problem. If we have seen them in the last 1.5 years of Tinubu's administration, we have seen them pass law within 24 hours. We have seen this house, this legislature, pass laws within hours. First reading, second reading, third reading, and then boom, it becomes law. And they are running it simultaneously. As they are doing it in the House of Rep, they are also running it in the Senate. And everything by 5 p.m., by 6 p.m. in the evening, everything will now ended up in the hands of the Senate president and the Speaker of the House. And that's it. Within one day, not once, not twice that they have done that during this present administration. How much more the electoral matter? It's very key. It's very, very key. Because it is the electoral system that will shape the type of leaders that will emerge. The electoral system itself will shape the type of leaders that will emerge. Because you know that this is not about rigging. It is not, you cannot rig and get away with it. In fact, it becomes almost impossible. There's no perfection in everything that we do, but to a very large extent, people will have been tamed such that it is the best of us that will be getting.
How do you expect the reform to look like? I want to understand.
Your question again.
You expect the reform to look like? Because we have laws already.
That's a good question. Sometimes, I want to let me respond to it. You see, I only assume that people on this platform already knows that. For me, I've stated it on this platform, at least not once, not twice, how the reform will look. So don't let me assume that everybody knows. Let me say it again. See, if there is going to be a true reform, a true one, everybody, when it comes to the appointment of the INEC chairman, you cannot cede it only to the president. Political parties must be involved. The judiciary must be involved. Everybody will come together. The candidate must be advertised on at least 4 or 5 national newspapers, and Nigerians will apply for that job, and they will go through a vetting process through the Nigerian Judicial Commission, through the Senate and the House of Assembly. The labor organizations and the civil liberties organizations will be involved in the selection process. See, when we talk about this democracy, it is not one size fits all. It does not matter that the way they do it in United States, and because it's presidential system, we just carry. No, our situations are completely different. Therefore, our laws also must be in such a way that will fit our situations in Nigeria. Is in United States or United Kingdom, yes, even you can say the president will appoint the head of the Electoral Commission. Our situation in Nigeria does not fit into that.
Exactly.
It doesn't fit into that. Yes. Everyone must be involved. So when they advertise and you know that you are qualified, applied, and then you will go through the Nigerian Judicial Council, the labor organization will be involved, the civil liberties organization will be involved. At the end of the day, the man that will emerge as the head of the Electoral Commission has no loyalty to anybody.
It's true.
See, as you talk now, my brother, I agree. Let me take this one. The problem with Nigeria is this. As you just said, there is chances for crisis. Then they will not come with law of subsection 1, subsection 2, subsection this at the end equals to no law. When you get to court, everything change. So we are in a very big trouble. We have to agree. I'm telling you.
Midwest people, you see, first, not that Jonathan said it. We are in a mess. We know. But in reforming the electoral system, what Jonathan has understood from him so far is that there should be a buy-in for the people, for the entire country. It's not a question of somebody will go and appoint the INEC chairman, president, appoint all those arbitrary appointments. No. It will just be like there's a job advertised. If you feel you can do it, you come in, and then they screen you properly, everybody. So it will be involved. You are not, in the end, you are not loyal to anybody. But by the way, what can also be important is towards the final product, which is the outcome. I think we've advocated here in the past that from the polling unit, any election that cannot be uploaded at the polling unit is as good as voting didn't take place.
Null and void.
It's not. Yeah, it's like yes, okay, we finished voting, counting everything, but in the end we couldn't upload zero. It's like it didn't take place. We don't want anything written again. It should be uploaded. Uploaded in the sense that as you're uploading it, the person in Norway who logged into INEC portal, knowing the state, knowing the local government and the ward, we see it within the next 30 minutes to 1 hour. The result is there, so that anybody can be tabulating it on their own, and we don't have to go. I mean, they know what to do. Forget about. They know. But they know what to do to make it watertight. The only thing is that if you make it that watertight, mediocres, people that that shouldn't have been a cleaner in the government house, we end up being governor. So that is the thing.
Do you know that, Dr. CM, this system of government that we're talking about, as I said, is not a one-size-fits-all.
Yes.
If you look at countries, each country's adopted a system that, even though they will call it parliamentary system, they call it parliamentary system. Take the French system, they call it presidential system. They still have a prime minister.
It's true.
All the political parties in the assembly in France, they all look at how it was very difficult for French president to get a prime minister in place.
It's true.
He had to work with everybody, because without the prime minister, you cannot form a government.
It's
you
true.
cannot put your ministers in place.
It's true.
They still call it parliamentary system. So everybody have the system is, see, this presidential system, for me, I will even call it, is a fraud.
At least based on our level of development, it's a fraud to us.
It's a fraud.
Yes,
the US presidential, when the United States got their independence, see, everything they did as much as they could was to separate themselves from United Kingdom. They did everything that they just want their own system to be different.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean that it was a perfect structure. It's not perfect. And that is what we're carrying, and we think is going to work, even in a country that is one of the most diverse nations on planet Earth, which is Nigeria.
It's true.
And you still we are practicing presidential system. It's not going to work. And if we have to continue, our laws must be such that fits our situations in Nigeria. If we can't continue like that, and until we do that, it will still be that the worst of us will continue to lead us, and that's what we're seeing today. Okpebholo will eventually become governor. We are seeing it already.
Is it what you just said now? Is it not why they will tell you in court, say, the law say INEC may use beavers or men? No, I say, which one be may again? Which one be may? They said, they know, instead of them to say every result must come through, they say, he may come. He may. When they use that may, so that when they go to court, they say, you can set it aside. Is it not then that made a law that you collate at the polling unit, all polling units will then move to the ward level. After collation at the ward, all ward will move to the local government. After the all the local government will now move to the state capital. 4 stages, but they will tell you, okay, you can bypass it. Say, meh, meh, all those type of. They know exactly why, but they have to create these loopholes so that they can rig. However, in reforming Nigerian electoral system, they should make it in a way that every political party, if they are nominating anybody, and not nominating, whoever is applying must go through, like what we are saying, through the screening. Every political party will bring their own panel. Whoever want to be anything in INEC, if it's at the state level, say you want to be, because the person at the federal does not need to appoint somebody at the state. Mm-mm. If you're applying for to be the federal, you apply for that. If you want to apply for your state, you apply that you want to be INEX, whatever
Thank
in
you,
your state.
Doctor. You see, this point you
It's a,
are raising is so
yes,
deep. Please,
it's so,
if you can expatiate on it.
yes. So this is not a case of me away from Anambra. If I go Abuja, I go the Lord, I'm over to. If I'm Anambra, I ain't confident. Now I go apply, so that the people that will screen me are the party representatives we form. I will just like interview panel. One after the other, they go to them. If they don't find me fit, then go say, all of them must endorse me. If they fail to endorse me, anyone where I fail, then I don't, because there are many people. So that if they now, whatever happens, when I'm giving my own result, even if it's presidential result conducted in my state, I'm not doing it to please the overall INEC man in Abuja. No, because you applied separately. Me, I apply my own separately. I applied to do my own for the state. So I'm only answerable only what happens in the state. And the result, na me, na the INEC, the way I head, we release it to the state. So if I release it to the state, every state release their own, the Italian, whoever wins, wins. This is not a case of what happens there, you bring it up. They know this is how to do it.
They know. They know.
They
They
know.
know. And
They
that
know.
they know.
They know.
Let I put something here. This one you are just saying, they sound very good. Nigerian leaders are intelligent criminals. I'm just telling you. From day one, they are be babusing our people that they want to solve problem. They are not going to solve any. This reform, by the time they start putting it into law, you will see them borrowing English word that when anything happen, you yourself, you will not realize there's no even law. I'm telling you the truth. They will sub it, and you shall or may, this one, that one. It's like condition. Anything that happens, they have a way to bypass it. And that's all. So we are just in, look, my brother, we have to call spade a spade. Nigeria is in trouble. Imagine now when you elect a president, it's from one particular region. It will, that's why we are in this a very challenging moment in terms of security. It will go to the army street, close to 200 or 300 people leave. Big position holders in the army because they are not his tribal people. How is that country going to work? We should stop deceiving ourselves.
But then, Midwest people, what you should ask yourself that those people, those 200 or 300 way removed, how come those officer cadre or wherever the commanding where they are, how come not from one area in a place like Nigeria and then dominate? And that is what you have to ask yourself first.
No, the first question you have to ask, how can a new president just come in having this list available for him?
Okay. Well, that's also a good question. But you still have to. But if it be gold mine, listen, that's what they call what is they call the self-preservation or survival. Those people there, their interest might be let them topple this president after and then they the top hierarchy.
Yes, now it's exactly.
Yes. Okay. So you see what one thing you should realize is this: if it's in a place they are doing merit, strict merit, it doesn't matter whether the first top 30 people in the Nigerian army come from maybe BBO. Let me just put it that way, or they are Isoko, because everybody know how they got there. But whereby this security apparatus is in one hand, because that is a danger to the person who say then they civilian. We know it. That's what we're saying. Given our peculiarities, the way it is being done, it's a danger. Okay, now having done that, what you're now trying to say is because you can query why is it that all these people, all these years, look at the way they've graduated to this level. Are they the people only the people there? It's a genuine question
They
to
still,
ask.
they still continue to apply,
Yeah.
quota
No.
system. Even
Yes.
even within the security apparatus, they apply
Yeah,
quota system.
So you see, when you ask this thing, the person coming in, the person coming in, they have to ask, because there are certain things. That's what they call perception. Is much more important than reality, because it's a question. You say, how come in the armed forces to serve the country? They don't do think our diversity should have been better utilized. If, say, Nigeria want to go to maybe something like, say, we are going to something like we are going to defend the country outside, and it happens that we have to mobilize our men. By the time you summon people coming, it's like the whole Nigeria is represented. Don't you think there's more strength in it than in the end the people going there are maybe only people that look like me or speak my language, and they are going to represent a country of this, and you now ask yourself, how come this has been developing? So it means a lot. I remember when America, with their diversity, they said visa lottery. They want every part of the world to be represented in America. Do you know what that means? There was a time the ambassadors they are sending to Gambia used to be a Gambian that was born in America, acquired the American citizen, they send the person there. So this something like that to tell you that when you are even going, you say that as small as Gambia is in terms of landmass and population, they had a representative in Washington, somebody representing America who is of Gambian background. So to tell you that yes, there is really why they are doing it, to strengthen their democracy and make everybody, I mean, sort of inclusiveness. But in Nigeria, we don't even show it. It doesn't even reflect. Now manage, we dey manage jam for football. Now manage because we dey do merit. You go see Mutu Adepoju in those days, Sunday Olise. You go see Tijani Babangida, Kanu Nwankwo. You see, look at the state, Kaduna, maybe Oyo State for Mutu, Olise for Delta. Then you see Finidi George for Rivers or Bayelsa. Then where you go now, you see Dana Mokachi for Benue. Maybe you see Garba Lawal for Kano. So when you look at this thing, you said, but they on merit. And each person go, they play football, tire. You go say na merit. Nigerians know they worry, because then they see the result on the pitch. Even if in those days, Sia no pass to Yekini, every people finish and they say bring Omokachi. Why no pass to Yekini? Everybody was blaming. Like they dropped Sia, then begin play Yekini and the Amokachi before 1994 World Cup. So you see, when you do merit on diversity, people go see the result instantly. No,
See,
who they play the football?
see, CMA, all these things you just said, I agree with you. Look, even if one particular people are there, can't we do the needful by restructuring Nigeria and let regions take responsibility for their people the way it is across the globe? The state they created is just merely artificial to some degree. They over-concentrated everything at the center. That is why, if the military guys even want to venture to take power, the first thing they question is whether they will be able to take the entire country. If they are unable, if they see they are not going to be able to take it, they don't do it. But when you look at Nigeria today, anything announced in Abuja is over for everybody. In that scenario, they need to look at the foundations of the country, not by chasing people away. We have to be honest. Those people are also in that position because they want power. By the time they now discover that there is no longer time for power, it is time for development, they will think twice. So if you look at the whole situation, my brother, we are just trying, like for me, I come to realize that we are trying to build what can never be built. There are fundamental issues, foundational issues that need to be addressed. If they address it with sincerity, Nigeria will, everybody will love the country. As it is today, the Northerners are crying of marginalization. Even yeah, the East are crying, the West are crying, Edo is crying, everybody crying. Even person will get president will cry.
No.
Just
You see, Midwest people, this northern marginalization. Look, listen to their own.
So if, for example, let us be honest. If, for example, they are to dive into their own resources, I don't think those Chinese people that is digging everywhere, they will permit them. I'm telling you.
When people hide under this something,
the national indigenous will rise up and no, they will not tolerate that nonsense.
You cry
The power
exactly. Yeah.
lies in the people.
You cry.
So
You cry much. You cry much.
like they are not the owner of the crude oil, yeah,
No,
and they are
no.
able to
Hey,
grab it.
yeah,
They are able
Midwest,
to possess it. They are able to
Midwest,
sell it. Why did they rise up? For what?
Midwest. There's something I want you to look into. There's this man they call is it Muazu Babangida Aliu, former governor of Niger State. The guy made them to US to go and study. Think that they ain't getting PhD, either University of Pittsburgh or so. You know, within the interview, he said that the South and I make North, they educationally disadvantaged or backwards. The guy asked and say how. He said that they know they enter civil service. So now South full civil service, when they make rules, where go they better than so North, now that's why they know go school. I look at this and I shake my head. You see, the thing is this. The thing is this. One thing
Okay,
I do
that's
not understand.
make we round up. Oh.
Okay,
You are back.
okay,
you.
you are
Yes,
back.
sir.
I think
Thank you very
that
much.
case, let me. Okay, I don't really think it's like a random toss we they have now. Thank you, Niger Watch. Anyway, so
God
it's
bless
not
every
really.
one of you.
It's not.
Thank you
It's
for
not really.
listening.
I don't think anybody still has anything more to exhaust
No,
because we really.
nobody have anything to say anymore. Let's round up. I beg. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Okay.
Appreciate you and Jonathan Kisley. You know, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your time, for keeping the broadcast running. And God bless you now. Every one of you that came in here today, thank you, Midwest people, Black Panther, my brother. Appreciate you, Mr. Jonathan, Augustine, Mr. Odua, Sir Louis, and many others that came in already left. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I'd like to appreciate you once again, Peter Ife, for super chat earlier on. Those of you that called in, thank you, Mr. Alex, and many others. Thank you very much, my people. On the comment section, Mother for Omami Diaspora, thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Amy Bright. Thank you, Madam Pachata Wajumi. Thank you. You were really on the platform earlier on. Thank you, man. Thank you, Love Madoka, Uji Desmond, and many others. We've come to the end of this broadcast. I'll see you guys again by God's great fingers crossed 7 p.m. tomorrow so that we can continue from where we stop. Have a good night, my people. Now God bless you.
It's where I meant to be, you know. Iyama seti, oya no gino meke o. Uwa bame wo eme o. Opera nile yo, nugeki ame bebe o. Ijesu